your trusted source of credible news, insightful discussion, and solutions that matters. Today is another opportunity to make informed decisions, inspire positive change, and also contribute to building the Ghana we all desire. As always, we will bring you the biggest stories making headlines this morning, meaningful conversation with experts for analysis and policymakers, and interactive discussions that gives you a voice. This morning, our national policy focus was centered on tourism, exploring how Ghana can unlock its immense tourism potential to drive economic growth, create sustainable jobs in that sector, and position itself as one of the Africa's leading travel destinations. Stay with us throughout this morning as we inform, educate, and also inspire you. This is the Morning Focus, where national conversation begins. My name is El Samuels. I'll later be joined. I'll have Abrampa also joining us this morning, bringing us. We'll be looking at something like what is stowaway. Growing up, we've always heard the word stowaway. What is it? And he works at the ports, so he will tell us what it means and what are the dangers and the risks involved in the stowaway issues that has come up. We'll have that conversation this morning. And right about that, we're also coming up on today's program. We'll look at the latest news making headlines in Ghana and around the world, where we look at a comprehensive weather update. Also will follow from across the country, the traffic update with alternative routes to help you avoid congestion. Now, scripture focus with a life transforming reflection from the Maranatha Power Ministries International. Then we go to our Wisdom Center with African Proverbs, where wisdom is offered for a modern day living. A newspaper review follow. Front burner this morning. Can Ghana finally win the fight against illegal mining? This is the question we're asking on our front burner this morning. Can Ghana finally win the fight against illegal mining, or are stronger enforcement measures still needed to be able to curb this menace? We'll move away from there. We'll look at the tourism discussion, whether Ghana tourism can become Ghana's next economic powerhouse beyond gold and cocoa. Youth unemployment discussion. Look at creating jobs through skills development. Is Ghana's youth employment strategy delivering results? And today being Thursday, we're engaging a sit-down with Abna Bio of Edu Herbal Clinic. Building Ghana beyond politics. Can the NDC and the MPP find a common ground on national development? Those are the convos we'll be having this morning with our party reps who will be joining us this morning as well. So good morning once again, and let's take a look at today's weather outlook across Ghana. We're looking at the outlook of the weather across Ghana. I know residents in the coastal belt, including Accra, Cape Coast, Takoradi, should expect a generally cloudy morning with occasional sunshine later in the day. There remains the possibility of an isolated showers due to some moisture along the coast. Across the middle belt from Kumasi through to Koforidua, Sunyani, and Ho, expect a cool morning becoming partly cloudy, partly sunny, with the chances of afternoon thunderstorm in some communities. In the northern sector, including Temale, Bolgatanga, and Wa, temperatures will rise significantly during the afternoon with isolated thunderstorm likely later in the day. So whether you're traveling or for work, business, always look at it. So let's look at the temperatures for the next 18 hours of your time as shown on the screen. The coast will have a minimum of 24 degrees and a maximum 31. Forest 24 degrees minimum, a maximum of 32 degrees. Transition minimum 23, a maximum 33 degrees. Northern sector will experience some 24 degrees minimum and a maximum of 36 degrees. So whether you are traveling for work, business, or leisure, remember that weather conditions can change quickly, and drive carefully, stay hydrated, and keep an umbrella nearby. Weather is more than a forecast. I'm repeating this again. Weather, it is more than forecast. It directly affects agriculture, transportation, tourism, health, and economic productivity. So preparing for the day's weather is not simply about convenience, it is about safety, planning, and protecting livelihoods. An informed nation is a prepared nation. And that is it for the weather for this morning, as we soldier on for God and for country. And that brings us to the end of the weather updates for the morning. We're trekking down, we're bringing you the traffic situation. Next is to move on to the traffic section of our conversation this morning. Look at the traffic. So that's just, by the way, the weather for the morning as we move on to the next segment, looking at the traffic situation this morning. So now let's dive into the traffic. And as Ghanaians, as we head to work today, schools and businesses, this morning, major roads in the central business district are expected to experience heavy traffic. Motorists using the George Walker Bush Highway, the Tema Highway, the Spintex Road, the Medina Adenta stretch, the Achimota areas, and portions of the Accra-Tema corridor should expect slow-moving traffic during the peak hours. Now, consider the boundary of the following, where MCR will show us some of the traffic build-up from the motorway heading towards the Tema port and also heading towards the Spintex areas. We'll bring the traffic build-up on those areas shortly on the screen. But like I said, motorists using the George Walker Bush, the Tema motorway, the Spintex Road, the Medina Adenta stretch, Achimota area, and portions of the Accra-Tema corridor should expect slow-moving traffic during the peak hours. So alternative routes you can use, consider the following, using the boundary road connect to Shiashi and East Legon if you are avoiding congestion on the motorway corridor. Drivers from Kaswa who are heading into Accra may exploit alternative route through Wager and the Malam interchange where appropriate. Those traveling from Adenta towards the airport can consider routes through the Ricks Junction and East Legon depending on the traffic conditions. So please obey the road signs, avoid dangerous overtaking, be patient with your fellow motorists, and remember that arriving early is more important than arriving early. I mean, I want to reiterate this again. This one is coming from Kojo says, Chairman, if you could reiterate the alternative routes. Okay, so Kojo, what we're saying is that as we are all heading towards work, school, and also our businesses this morning, the major roads into the central business districts are expected to experience some heavy traffic. You could see the traffic is building up on the screen. Motorists who are using the George Walker Bush Highway, the Tema motorway, the Spintex Road, the Medina Adenta stretch, the Achimota areas, and the portions of the Accra-Tema corridor should expect some slow moving. We're showing it on the screen. You are seeing some slow moving. So the alternative routes we are looking at is that consider using the boundary road to connect to Shiashi and East Legon if you are avoiding congestion on the motorway corridor. Now, drivers from Kaswa who are heading into Accra may also explore an alternative route through Waja and the Malam interchange where appropriate. Those traveling from Adenta towards airport can consider routes through the Ricks Junction and East Legon depending on the traffic conditions. So those are the traffic build-up coming out. So please, we are urging you to obey the road signs, avoid dangerous overtaking, be patient with your fellow motorists, and remember that arriving safely is more important than arriving early. Very, very important. So that is it for the weather and also the traffic situation this morning. As we sojourn on, so we brought you the weather, we brought you the traffic situation, the build-up. So this brings us to the end of our weather update. So whatever the conditions are in the part of the country, remember that preparation is always better than reaction. So if you are heading out this morning, plan your journey ahead, dress appropriately for the weather, and stay alert, especially in areas prone to heavy rainfall or poor visibility. Stay with us because there is much more ahead on the morning focus. Like I said, the traffic, we just brought you the traffic, and that is your traffic situation this morning. So whether you are driving, using a public transport, or you are riding a motorcycle, make safety your top priority. Avoid distraction behind the wheel. Obey the traffic regulation. Respect other road users. And remember that no appointment is worth risking your life. If you encounter congestion, remain patient and consider the alternative routes we've highlighted. Stay with us on the morning focus. Coming up next is a scripture focus where we will reflect on God's word and draw inspiration to strengthen our faith and guide our day. Don't go away. That is what I can say. Don't go away. So moving on, we look at our scripture. This morning I was glancing through one of the pages of the book of Proverbs, the chapter 3, 5 to 6, and then it kept repeating itself. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. Amen. That is the word of God. That is the word of God. We often make plans based on what we can see, but God's perspective is always greater than ours. Trusting God means surrendering our fears, ambition, and uncertainties to him. You know, every successful journey begins with a direction. So before making a major decision concerning your family, your business, or career, seek God's wisdom. Human knowledge may provide information, but divine wisdom provides direction. As a human knowledge will provide information, but divine wisdom will provide direction. When God leads, he's not only opening doors, he also prepares you for what lies ahead or what lies behind the doors. Let me take this again. As in, when God leads, he's not only opening doors, he also prepares you for what lies behind the doors. So today, commit your plans into God's hands and allow him to guide every step. And that is what I studied this morning before coming in studio with you. But our main scripture from the Maranatha Power Ministry this morning is from If you have your Bibles with you, I want you to quickly flip it up. I want you to quickly flip it up this morning as we sojourn for God and for country. Flip it up quickly. We're turning our attention. We're looking at the scripture in the book of Job, the chapter 22. We're reading from the verse, the number 9. Reading from the verse number 9, the chapter 22, the verse 29 to 30. I know all of you are familiar with the scripture. It seems everybody is familiar with the scripture, right? Most people, majority of them. Is that when men are cast down, then thou shalt say, there is a lifting up. When men are cast down, then thou shalt say, there is a lifting up. He shall save the humble person. Job 22, 29 to 30, the King James Version. You know, life is filled with seasons. Life in itself is filled with seasons. And there are moments when economic struggles, opportunities seem sacred, and dreams are delayed. Challenges appear overwhelming. In such time, the world may declare there is no hope. But the believer speaks a different language, the language of faith. The word of God reminds us that whilst others may see defeat, God's children can confidently declare there is a lifting up. Our circumstances do not define our future. God's promises do. I said our circumstances do not define our future. God's promises do. Throughout scripture, God lifted Joseph from the prison to the palace. David from the shepherd's field to the throne. Esther from an orphan girl to a queen. Peter from failure to becoming a pillar of the early church. The same God is still at work today. However, God's lifting is not built on pride or self-reliance. Job tells us that he saves and exalts the humble. Humility is recognizing that our strength, wisdom, and success comes from God. That is humility. Whatever I do, whatever I say is backed by what I know from the God that created me. When we surrender our plans to Him, remain faithful during difficult seasons, and continue to obey His word, He positions us for divine elevation. You know, perhaps today you feel very discouraged by financial challenges, career setbacks, and family issues, or an unanswered prayer. Remember, the present situation is not your final destination. Every setback is God's hand can become the foundation for a greater testimony. As you step into this day, refuse to speak defeat over your life. I want you to speak hope. Speak God's promises. Let your confessions be, my God is able. My God is able. There is a lifting up. My season of elevation has come. This should be the things you begin to declare. It says, you shall declare a thing and it shall come to pass. And it says, I will do a new thing. Shall you not know it? You will hear a voice to tell you whether to move left or to move right. So let your confessions be, my God is able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all that I even imagine or think of. There is a lifting up. My season of elevation has come. This morning, may the God who lifts the humble open new doors for you, restore what has been lost, and cause his favor to surround you like a shield. Amen. If you follow through with us this morning, I'll be giving you a very special invitation to the Maranatha Power Ministry International. Fridays, we have what we call the Mega All Night. Mega All Night. Yeah. Mega All Night at exactly 10 p.m. I'll tell you about it. And don't forget our 30th anniversary is also in the corner. Also be coming up. So Mega All Night is the key. But just before I tell you about the Mega All Night, let's pray this prayer and lift up your voices and lift up your hands and say, Heavenly Father, thank you for being the God who lifts, the God who restores, and the God who prospers your children. Today I place my trust completely in you. Strengthen my faith, keep my heart humble, and help me to remain steadfast regardless of my circumstances. Let your favor rest upon my life and turn my challenge into a testimony that brings glory to your name. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. If you pray this prayer, you are warmly invited to the Maranatha Power Ministries International Friday Mega All Night, a night of powerful worship, a night of fervent prayer, prophetic declaration, and divine encounters in God's presence. Join Bishop Noble Francis Afoteola and the entire clergy, the entire Maranatha family, as we seek God's face for a breakthrough, restoration, healing, and supernatural lifting. This Friday, 10 p.m. till dawn. The venue is the Maranatha Power Ministries International behind the Lekma Polyclinic Nungwa at Dogono last stop. Come with expectation, because one night in God's presence can change the course of your life forever. Don't come alone. Invite your family, your friends, and loved ones. Your miracle, breakthrough, and divine turnaround awaits you at the Maranatha Power Ministries Friday Mega All Night. We look forward to worshiping with you. God bless you. And that's it for this morning. Bringing you our scripture focus for the morning. That brings us to the end of our scripture focus. We'll be moving on. I told you to have a lot of conversation coming up. A lot of conversation coming up this morning, and already in the studio. So, but as we conclude the scripture focus, remember that no matter what you may be facing today, God's word remains true and his promises never fail. The Bible says his words are yes and amen. And when others see limitation, choose to see possibility through the eyes of faith. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Walk in humility. Trust God's timing and continue to declare his promises over your life. You know, your current circumstances do not have the final say. God does. You know, we go to church, who has the final say? And sometimes when crisis come hitting us, we forget that the final say is in the one that created us, who knows us before the foundation of the earth. In Christ, there is always hope, restoration, and the lifting up. May the Lord order your steps, strengthen your heart, and cause his favor to go before you throughout this day. Stay with us. The morning focus coming up next. We take a look into the major stories making headlines. Today's a newspaper, but don't go away. Our first conversation before he leaves us. I know it's a busy morning, but we want to do something else. Something else this morning. We've looked at our weather. We've looked at other issues. Now, our special guest this morning is Abrampa Nanayao, And today's discussion will focus on growing concern that continue to attract national and international attention: stowaway migration. Why do young people continue to risk their lives by hiding aboard ships and cargo vessels in search of opportunities abroad? What social and economic factors are driving this dangerous trend? And what practical solution can help reverse it? Join us for what promises to be an insightful and thought-provoking conversation right after this break.
Say about the heartbeat of entertainment and one the ultimate show with AJ Barker. Anne and paying for say Trini and Dawa, Yamonchain, Yana, what the hottest trend, the juicy gist, exclusive interview with your favorite celebrity and NASA influencer. And your home, you best say the Asa will show you so HINASI. Kaina will say if it is trending, we are talking about. If it is entertainment, we got you covered. And it's never so show me every Friday exactly 4 p.m. The ultimate show with AJ Barker is always a vibe.
The ultimate show this and every Friday at 4 p.m. only on MBN TV.
All right, so Thursdays we normally like to see the happenings at our various ports to understand certain few things that happen. In recent years, Ghana has witnessed witnessed a worrying increase in cases of young people risking their lives by hiding aboard ships and cargo vessels in desperate attempt to travel abroad in search of greener pastures. We've watched movies growing up, we've heard this stowaway, we've heard people have been thrown into deep seas. So many weird stories. People are desperate to travel abroad in search of greener pastures. Many of these journeys end in tragedy, with some losing their lives through dehydration, suffocation, or accident before ever reaching their destination. And this growing phenomenon raises serious questions about the opportunities available to young people at home, the realities they face, and the misconception surrounding life abroad. Is this purely an economic issue, or are there deeper social and psychological factors driving these risk decisions? To help us unpack this important issue, we are joined by Nanayo Abrampa. He is a marine researcher. He's also, when it comes to, he's a broadcaster, so he loves to do his stuff. And also, he is, when it comes to working at the port, a very special assistant at the ports. And he works with one of the finest shipping companies you can think of. Now, he's a broadcaster who will share insight into the causes of stowaway migration, its consequences, and the practical steps that government, families, and communities and the youth themselves can take to address it. Welcome to the program this morning.
Good morning, El.
Oh, what's funny? You smiling, right?
I had to smile when it's Thursday morning. Every Thursday morning is like my Christmas day, it's my birthday, it's every celebration day for me.
For you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'll always be a proud Thursday born.
All right, a proud Thursday born. We thank God for Thursday morning, which stands between the weekend and the rest of the days that God has made. Stand between the weekend and then you hitting the weekend and then the starting of the week, you fall on a Thursday. Now, You being a marine person, a researcher when it comes to marine, you've been at the ports.
Yeah.
As a person who knows the in and outs of the port, you've been at the port since 1995.
Yeah.
Till date, and you're still there. What exactly? Growing up, I hear the word stowaway. I've watched movies where people are manhandled by captains. Sometimes I've watched movies, captains will pair with other people, bring people to hide in the vessels. What exactly is stowaway migration, and how widespread has it become in Ghana?
All right. Once again, thank you very much this morning for having me, and then a very good morning to all your cherished viewers. Stowaway, we grew up to come and make it something I see to be a very dangerous act and move for every person who loves to engage him or herself into. A very dangerous, of course, because the word is stow. The stow, it means we store cargo. We don't store human being. So wherever you're going to be are meant for either a cargo, goods, or anything meant for the ship to store, and not for human.
There's no store human.
We don't store human. We store cargoes. We store things that are meant for the ship to carry, not human.
Okay.
Human has their own places. That is the decks, the hatches, the cabins where they go relax, their canteens, their refreshing areas. Yes, those are the areas meant for human to stay. So why do you go stay somewhere else that is dangerous to your health, your life, instead of joining the crew? If you are part of the crew. So if you're not part of the crew, then it means you want to go the dubious way, the illegal way. That is why stowaway is very dangerous, and that is something that I condemn every person who wants to do or go on board a vessel or in the means of traveling. But let's look at this way. Stowaway at the port, and then RC port, and then the airport. Today we're going to combine both, the seaport and then the airport. Why must one consider this dubious or dangerous means to travel? All what they say is that there are no jobs in the country. They are not making life a living in the country. So by means of, they had to look and meet elsewhere, which stowaway is not the best. Now, let's take it straight from the seaport. The seaport, before the vessel opens its way for operation, our immigration, the police, the security, the shipping lines go on board to do what we call check-ins, to make sure whoever is on board that vessel, the ship, it's a legal person or a registered person, a licensed person to work on board that vessel. So after checking, when the vessel is about to sail again back to its port of call, the same checks had to be done. But as humans, sometimes you might not know. I call it a bad teamwork. We have good teamwork, and then we have bad teamwork as well. We have people who train, these young guys how to stow away. Recently, Tama here, some people were caught, and since it's illegal, the law will deal with you. Now, straight to the seaport, that's Takoradi or Tama. The security is tight, very, very, very tight, very, very, very tight.
But people still stow.
Very, very, very tight. So you could clearly see there's an insider. That is why I call it a bad team work. You can't just go on board a vessel. You have to go through the gangway. If you're a legal person, the gangway is where, in like a staircase, a manual staircase will be released for you. You join, your IDs will be shown, your identity will be cleared before going. So it's not easy to go on board a vessel. And whoever goes there, your ID card will be seized just for the head counting. So when the vessel is about to go back or sail back, it means your ID card will be given back to you. Whatever operation you had doing there, you finished. Because the captain, the engineers, whoever are on board the vessel, they know the number. So the number shouldn't increase. When it increased, then it had to be a legal person who is joining. Let's see the Ghana Immigration Service, the police, the shipping lines doing their job before the vessel departing. Now, the Kotoka International Airport, we all know, is also doing same. Very, 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 very tight. But yet, our people try their best to go aboard. Now, when you are caught, the law will deal with you. So let's look at some of the consequences if you are caught. When an arrest is made, there are prosecutions. Under the Ghana immigration law, you will have to serve a jail term. So as I speak with you, there are some families who think their children, their members, family members, relatives are enjoying outside this country and not minding them, not paying responsibility. I can tell you, 90% are in the jails. 90% of these young guys you think have traveled, some borrowed money. You know, when they are going, they keep a whole lot of staff with them. A young man who was arrested at the port recently bagged almost 5 olunka of gari with him, biscuits. And you'll be shocked where these guys goes to hide. A very dangerous area. You know, the vessel had its own decks. Talking about ranges where it's made for the vessel engines, where there are storerooms, there are warehouses, and all are mechanically operating while the vessel is working. So any part of it can harm you. So why go there? Even the heat there alone. So physical danger, you can get yourself suffocated. Due to the smokes, the heat around, you can get yourself suffocated. And also, you don't survive this journey. Because every 2 hours, every 120 minutes, the security on board the vessel goes around, sometimes with these sniffing dogs to go make sure there's nobody on board that vessel who is not part of the crew. So sometimes the physical danger is also dangerous to your life. And when caught, sometimes if you have a passport, even if you don't have a passport, and your picture goes to the list of, you know, Interpol and other security agencies, it means you can never travel again in your life. But still, people do their best to go. And all what they say is that there are no jobs in the country and we need to, change our environment of working. And as I speak with you, the International Organization of Migration, have strengthened, has made their law so tight to the extent that it will not be easy for you to try. So whoever is trying again, whoever has a son, a relative who is trying such a thing or wants to try, shouldn't even dream of. Because some days back or some years back, they had it easy. Now, this is what they will do. They will do a free counseling for you if you want to travel. That is the International Organization of Migration. If you want to travel by the sea, and you are not a mariner, you don't even know how to swim. You know, you'll be taught how to swim. And it's also part of it. In case a vessel, encounters any catastrophe or gets any issue, you have to swim to a safer area. So this International Organization of Migration will teach you, counsel you, if in case you want to go. But why must you try the dubious means to travel outside this country? Oh, you see, sometimes this life looks like you cooking on a coal pot. And you think, hey, I'm hungry, so let me fan this coals so that my food will get ready early. By the time you realize your food will get burnt, and the anger that makes you try fanning this coals will be waste, and the anger will exceed you more. So, in fact, this morning is a very nice discussion you brought on board, and we have licensed recruitment agencies. In fact, they don't warrant my energy this morning to advertise them on this very biggest platform. If they want to hear their name mentioning here, I think they had to come sponsor this very show so that we'll do the pronouncement and announcement for them.
Now, let me find all this from you, talking about the dangers and why it's no warrant for anybody to go through that. Do you believe that the current government policies, the border security measures, and the youth unemployment, the youth employment initiatives are enough to tackle issues of this nature, or we need a new approach? Well, growing up, we've heard this. Until recently, again, we hear people have been picked and stuff. Vessels are going, people have been picked. Is it social media also trying? Is it having some influence? What role should parents, schools have played, especially for the people, for those of us who live on the coastal belt, and we see the vessels, and we think it's good because sometimes in the night I go stand just to watch the seaports and see what goes on with the vessels in there. What can we do to curtail this?
Okay.
Of not losing our young people.
All right. First and foremost, as I said, traveling from one point to another has a reason and a purpose. It had to be a genuine purpose. So when you see these young ones going and they tell you there are no jobs, they are not this, they are not that. Oh, you know me, I can tell you from a fact that over 60% of these young ones who try to stow away on board a vessel, all in the name of going to search greener pastures elsewhere, are the laziest ones. You first of all had to learn the skills. The question is the government helping them acquire these skills? So this is where the unemployment or the agencies who support the youth get employment had to come in. And you using this very biggest platform this morning to sensitize the general public about this bad means of traveling is another key. So you are doing the support. What about the others? The government security agencies, they are doing their best as well. But the issue at who sensitizes these young ones not to go through this means? As I said, we have institutions who are also training them. Who do ship when you get here, pass here. They have drafts of the vessels. They have the map, the areas, the working environment. They have all these ideas that they are teaching these young ones, taking their money and telling them, hey, go here this time. And I can tell you, all those who were arrested or all those who have been arrested will tell you, it is this person, it is this person, it is that person, because you can't do it alone. It's not easy to get on board a vessel. It means that somebody on board a vessel who has a link to whatever you are doing. So the government had to come in again and again and again and make sure they scrutinize the security steps and measures before, during, and after every vessel's movement. You know, people also, it's not about joining or boarding the vessel at the quay of any port. You know, these young guys have their means of going to the high seas via the canoes.
Okay.
Another dangerous ones. Imagine the tide raising to its highest volume, and then you're going by canoe. The waves, the wind, the weather, also. They die always. I was telling somebody that, do you think whoever comes ashore the sea, it's somebody who was at the beach or who was swimming before? Check their appearances. You could see the person came all the way from the high seas. And I said, the sea, we always, you know, have a look at it's something big, something deep, that when you fall and you don't have any experience in swimming, oh, you're going to die. Now, our naval bases, our police, our GPHS securities, they are all trained on these high seas when it comes to these preventive measures for not allowing people, you know. But there's another question mark. Moving from one point to another destination, thinking that is the best. When you get there, how do you survive? So it becomes a state to another state collaboration. Wherever you think your vessel moves and goes to, there should be that link. Just like the shipping lines having their sister stations diaspora. How is the coordination in terms of security? What is the government relationship with the nearby countries? So this is where sometimes you hear the captains diverting vessels because they suspect something ongoing. Because the captain is the first person to be held responsible should any of such happen. So, there are a lot that the institutions had to do when it comes to employment. And you know, recently somebody was saying when this betting came, the robbery, the attacks had minimized. I say yes, but not enough. Yes, but not enough. There are a whole lot. I believe in skills learning or training. I believe in that. When you're a young person and you are well trained, you don't rely on people. Most especially the trade we go in for, okay, also pushes or shaping to.
So you are looking at expanding the technical.
Exactly, like this are TVET and
entrepreneurship stuff. And
exactly.
And program.
We shouldn't politicize it and push it more.
But recently, you saw what the Ghana Education Service is doing, taking entrepreneurship to the SHS level as part of their curriculum, to imbibing them. What you need to do. You don't need to finish school before you think of something, but give them that creativeness to know that you can do something on your own. So I think we should go. But now let's looking at the stowaway thing, which I know from time immemorial during my school days. The people want to travel, but they want to use any other means to go.
Yeah.
Like you said, there are institutions that are telling them, well, we can help you get onto the ship, and not any other means.
Yeah.
I mean, what role should parents, the schools, the religious, the traditional leaders, and local communities play in educating young people about the risk of irregular migration?
All right. Now, you, if you could remember, in the late 90s and early 2000s, there were even doctors, professionals who were, you know, doing this to waste. So the Cuban president then and our president then in Ghana here, I think then it was former President J. Kufuor. Yes. They signed a memo of understanding. The relationship then was so tight and friendly that doctors were sent abroad, you know, through this Cuban president's initiative. And why can't we do more? I believe in scholarship. After the training, what next? After the training, what next? You know, you said something about education, the TV, the whatever, starting from the SHS. It's not enough. You see, you know, when you watch the foreign crèches and Montessori's and whatever, they start building this case from that side. They start training them from that side to have a handy trade. Once we do something else, rhymes and poems and everything, you know, when you do the comparison, it's poor.
Well, when you do the comparison, it's poor. In May 2026 this year, the Ghana Navy rescued 7 suspected stowaways found hiding inside a Roda compartment of a Belgian flag crude oil tanker MTP Cap Felix, about 200 nautical miles south of the Tema port. The vessel has sent a distress alert after discovering people hiding in the dangerous sections of the ship. The suspects were later handed over to relevant authority for investigation. Let me ask you just in a minute, what desperation will push people to hide in such dangerous parts of the ships?
There are teams. When I say teams, like youth who lives in the same area, and then they had to do this comparison and wrong influence. This guy tried, he succeeded, so why can't you try? Then they begin to look into meaning of how he got there. Okay, so if this person tried and succeeded, I can also do it. That motivation is what pushes them to go.
But are they aware of the dangers associated with it, or the?
I just gave you few. You can't travel again when caught. What if after you have a change of mind, and you win a contract and you have to travel? That contract will be cancelled. That educational scholarship will be cancelled because of what you attempted doing.
Because of what you attempted doing, 3 Ghanaian nationals were arrested in Lagos for allegedly hiding aboard a European-bound vessel. Reports indicate they had spent about 5 days inside the ship, loaded a compartment before they were discovered. They reportedly cited hardship, family pressures as reasons for attempting to journey. When economic pressures become unbearable, do some young people feel they have nothing to lose? Is that left the point they get to?
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but this youth sometimes you cannot imagine what goes through their mind and who motivates them. Just 3 days ago, when a politician was arrested, look at the youth who went on the street. My brother, they were not even aware of what they were doing there. They didn't even know what they were doing there. They don't even know the name of who was arrested. But they were pushed, they were motivated, they were paid to go on the street and then obstruct business for the day. You understand? So as can be compared to this illegal migration. You see, this youth of today, when you take 10, okay, and then you do 8 out of the 10, 2 will tell you, media, say, I will do it.
I've given you 2 things that happened in 2026 when it comes to 2006 and 2026. 7 suspected stowaways were arrested, rescued off the Tema coast. The same year, this year, 2026, 3 Ghanaians were found and European bound and they were arrested in Lagos, Nigeria. Now, 3 Ghanaians caught a journey from Tema, and it's always been the Tema. The 3 men from Elmina were discovered during a stowaway attempt, the vessel MV Kota Lumba. And they had reportedly boarded the ship secretly using a bamboo ladder. During the journey, they ran out of food and water and were later found in Namibia waters before returning them to Ghana. So many people imagine aboard a multiple solution. What can be the ultimate solution to this?
The first one is 3.
People know the dangers of it. Now, if you remember what happened to the teenagers who also attempted to stow away to China, that was in 2019, where the 2 Ghanaian teenagers, 17 and 19, were also arrested in Tema for attempting to hide on a vessel heading to China. And authorities said they were found during routine inspection, before the ship departed. All these things tells you that it is not well with us.
You said 3 were rescued. I can technically tell you that they were not 3, they could be 12. But only 3 survived and were rescued. So they die always. They die always. And you see, per the ethics of the job I am doing as a broadcaster and a researcher, I am not here to give you the means, the hideout, but wherever they go hide on board the vessels are very dangerous. Some goes deeper to the anchor housing. I will not describe it in any local language for them to know where I'm talking about.
With all the greases, with all the heat, with all the smells in that anchor.
Oh, they don't care. The word is they don't care.
But the point is that
they want to survive.
Your health is also very important.
They want to survive. And you see, it's all about those who goes, succeeds, and come back. What they tell them.
So that is a motivation.
That is a motivation. And it's a wrong one and a bad motivation. I know most of our artists who have tried and survived. Today they are artists and they are making money and they want to. It's few that are, sacrifice themselves to be ambassadors against the illegal migration. How can you enter into a 40-feet container that will be closed and be inside there? And then somebody will tell you, when you get to the high seas, due to the weather, the containers get chilled. It's a lie. The linings in that container are meant for heat instead. When they get heated, that is where the lining makes the container look so chilled. But when it's in the high seas, no. Because there are some cargoes you don't know what you're going to meet in the container. They're not meant for you.
So in the nutshell is not advised.
It is never advisable.
Well, these stories that I've churned out to you, these are real. It reveals that stowaway migration is not just about the people trying to travel. It is the reflection of a deeper issues that people going through, including economic hardship.
Yeah.
That those who said the hardship, unemployment, desperation, and a search for a better future. Whereas if you could take a cue and take parenting and also school education can play a major part in creating an enabling environment for our young people, no matter how you create it, people still will want to do something.
Oh, do you know the craziest part of it?
Tell me about it.
It's not free.
Oh, they charge them.
It's not free. And I won't mention any figure. That figure can establish yourself with it in this country.
So you can equally do the normal stuff and go.
So what is your problem? I know a very young man who told me he want to use 5 years to get to the Europe. I say, hey, I will never advise you to go through the illegal way. He said, uncle, I will not do the illegal way. I will go genuinely. I said, okay. He was documented and licensed to go work in Togo. From Togo, he came back to Ghana to prepare. He moved to Nigeria to work. And just about 4 years, he told me, I'm in Spain. I said, how did you get to Spain? Did you go use the Morocco? You see, it's not easy. Now, I'll mention Morocco and Spain because they will tell you, because there is a boundary to Morocco is a boundary to Spain, and it's easy to move from Morocco to Spain. It is not easy as they say.
You know, the funny thing is that when it's in the North Africa, especially even if you're in Cairo and it's night and you're in Port Said, you see Spain.
Yeah.
You see the streets across the sea.
Yeah.
So you might think it's a closed version.
But it's not easy to get there.
Close.
It's not easy to get there. The security range, okay, let's say Ghana or African security, it's weak. Okay? And you can sieve through. Let's say, what about the European side? That is why even when you go, somebody can go and then get arrested and then you'll be deported.
And sometimes you get to Spain and you see people sleeping in boxes by the road. And I will ask them, why this risk?
Oh, these crews that work on board some chartered vessels. When I say chartered vessels, you know we charter taxis, we hire cars. They are all prisoners. So you are not a prisoner, you are enjoying your country. I am serving my nation as a prisoner. That is why I'm working on board this vessel. Then you want to travel through this means. When they catch you, they will dump you into the sea.
When they catch you, they dump you. Let me pick my final thought with you before you take leave of us. It's still morning. You can also share your thoughts with us if you have those experiences on 0537158638. The question is, are young people running away from Ghana, or are we failing to create enough reason for them to stay?
The reason for them to stay is to know why they are going. And as we all know, they said they want to go make greener pastures. That was why. What are our systems here for the youth? You know, unlike some years back, was from it was then let's say GSS. Right from GSS, we do craft, we do this handicraft. Before you realize, somebody become an artisan through those means. Now all those ones are gone because of technology. Yes, technology, I say today, has come to stay. There's nothing you can do without technology. But the issue with how can one build him or herself from the scratch?
How can one build him or herself from the scratch? Any advice before you go?
My advice is that learn to become what or who you want to be. Respect your own intelligence. Respect your own ideas. Never invest in your expectation, but instead invest in your dreams, because they are your dreams. They will always come through your mind to move on even when you fall. And then one more time, my advice to the general public, especially the youth, when you know a big man in this country doesn't warrant you to go commit a crime, one day, that big man will off his or her hands on you. Work hard, and determination will always lead you to success.
Well, work hard and determination will always bring you to success. And this has been a very important and thought-provoking conversation this morning. The issue of stowaway migrations goes beyond people secretly boarding ships. It reflects deeper concerns about unemployment, economic opportunities, social pressures, and the dreams of young people seeking a better future. While the desire for a better life is understandable, risk one's life through dangerous and illegal migration route is not the answer. The real solution lies in creating opportunities and strengthening skills development, supporting entrepreneurship, and ensuring that young people have hope and confidence in building successful lives in Ghana. To our young people, remember that success has no single destination. There are opportunities to be created, skills to be developed, dreams to be achieved without putting your life at unnecessary risk. A big thank you to Nanaya Abrampa for joining us and sharing this valuable insight with us. And this has been your morning focus on MBN TV, where we continue to discuss issues in the matter to Ghana and its people. Stay with us as we move to our next segment. I want Nanaya to be in with me, quickly run through the headlines. We go to Befi Krum, and then Muhammad is here already. We'll be joining, we'll be having conversation. He's represented as a communication team member of the NDC, is here. Thank you for staying with us, and this is the morning focus from the challenges that are facing our young people and the growing conversation around irregular migration. We now turn our attention to the major stories shaping Ghana and the world this morning. It is time for our newspaper review, where we take a closer look at the headlines and the issues behind the stories and the different perspectives from Ghana's leading newspapers. What are the key issues dominating today's front pages? The question is, what do these stories mean for you, a citizen, and for the future of our nation? Let's begin our review of the newspapers this morning, and we start straight away. And now, once again, I want you to stay through with me with some of the stories.
Okay. This
one is, as the Searchlight newspaper said, I hear for the dictatorship, minority walks out, with a picture of the first deputy speaker of parliament and also the Osahini, the minority leader, Alex Adafrega Markin. They stopped playing to the media. Ayariga cautions the minority. So yesterday we saw two presses happening, one from the minority, one from the majority, and this story is being carried by the Searchlight newspaper this morning. You heard a story about the walkout yesterday with regards to the briefing from the Bank of Ghana, and they said they asked only 3 questions 3 questions, and the 3 questions, they want it to be done publicly. The source of the money for stabilizing for the forex.
Yeah.
And I think it's a legitimate question. And how sustainable is that going to be? But Ayapo was becoming dictator. He's a dictator now. We wouldn't allow them to ask this question in public.
Okay. Oh, one more time. Let me now sound the way every broadcaster would do.
Okay.
And this is a national issue. You see, this country, until we stop the side A and B, we will stop hearing or seeing or, in fact, witnessing all this kind of stories. I was watching the 2 press yesterday and looking at the majority side and then the minority side. In fact, I learned nothing out of it. I personally learned nothing out of it because if you want to help somebody get abreast into our social activities and then our social event, and it had to do with accountability. So when somebody asks you to do this and do that, you only apply the law and then you move on with it. Now, there are some statements when you hear, you see it coming from an angle already politicized. Okay, so me, when it's already politicized, I don't bother listening again.
I don't bother listening again. The exclusive newspaper said government backs major mining laws overhaul. Cocoa board settles outstanding non-DDEP cocoa bill obligation. Mahama leads Atta Mills Memorial Commemoration with a picture of the president. Stop the political noise and answer the 55 million question. Henry Inusa Nabila fires at MPP. I know he's talking about Miracles Abuaji's issue.
And this Miracle Abuaji's issue, I want to ask Ghanaians just a simple question, and I'll answer for them again. When will this nonsense stop?
Which nonsense are you talking?
Thank you. Instead, they should go to Nsawam and ask everybody's political party's ID so that they will go to the Nsawam, okay? And instead of fighting for one person, they should go fight for all the prisoners in Nsawam prison. Anytime a top person or a political party member gets an issue that had to do with corruption, then you see this, excuse my French, this truant. And I was saying it, they don't even know what has happened. This morning I had a headline. I was watching reading a headline that who hired them? They don't even know what they were going there to do.
Why don't they know what they are going to do? One of the
excuse my French. Would any of your relatives go there to do that?
I don't have a relative who will go there.
Thank you. Would you watch any of your, somebody you love, you cherish, go do that thing?
Go do what?
How can you go to a place like Iyoko? You see, our security is weak.
No, but
our security in this country is weak and weaker.
I don't think
even that area opposite the Iyoko, what do we have there? What institutions do we have there? What is the security? You see, we have our own and one and only state house just closer to the Iyoko. So why do you allow these people come there?
But it's a freedom of
freedom.
Yeah, you have the association to go and demonstrate.
You see, you can't do this in Nigeria.
The law doesn't bound you from protecting. Yes.
It is totally bullshit. Excuse my French.
No. You're talking to my very big audience.
No. That is why I excuse them of the French.
Yes. So
because somebody committing a crime, then it means we are pampering this how do you call it? This crime to go on, this corruption to go on.
No, I don't think it's about the act of he being picked up. All right, because according to sources, he's been there severally.
This is not an alleged. No. It's Iyoko telling you.
what I'm saying is that he's visited Yoko severally. This is not the first time he's going there, but the models of operandi. So how we pick the people is what I think his people are not excited about.
Oh, you know, I'm somebody who don't support evil.
They feel that the Rambo style of
good. I don't support evil.
is really not.
I don't support evil. But if we should go back history lane,
The point
it has been happening.
No, the point is that should we continue doing that?
That is the question. So it had to stop. So I asked, when would it stop?
The point is that once it's wrong, what is wrong is wrong. If our ways of doing that is not really helping the cause of our democracy.
What I saw there a couple of days ago, you know, I'm a bars boy. And from that field of expertise, I have a few experience about targeting and shooting. Not myself to shoot, but they were lucky those armed military personnel there were coming from a good home.
They were lucky the arms of the. Well, now let's move away from the exclusive. The New Republic says the end of the ZPay story. If you want a snipe of that story, is there where the fall of ZPay Ghana is no longer slow motion, regular rise crisis. It's a full-blown corporate collapse. Economic and organized crime has frozen all account linked to the embattled fintech following the arrest of the CEOs Andrew Techi Appiah and several directors on suspicion of mishandling client funds. They spent days in Yoko custody, facts that ZPay public statement have carefully omitted. It's also on the front page of the New Republic. Daniels meet freeze, revocation, arrest, Yoko sees account. BOG takes over operations and the CEO's PR machine struggles to contain the damage as creditors circle. Abu Trika faces 20 years as Ohio prosecutors detailed a network that used AI deep fakes to freeze elderly Americans.
Yeah, that story too.
Cocoa board pays 162 million to DDEP refuse next.
Okay.
So that.
Okay, the cocoa board payment, is it on paper or is something that the farmers are saying they are?
No, it's not for the farmers. You know the DDEP, those who refuse to get a haircut.
Yeah, that is a domestic. Okay.
Those money has been paid. Mahama Research faces voter text 2 days, 9 projects, 1 political message marks reset in Ghana, presidential monitoring, page 3 has a story. Miracles out, questions in, Yoko detention, voluntary repayment, NPP's protest spotlight, 55 million ground loot is also the Baumia hit squad gives Mahama 4.9/10, 5 lectures with NPP ties, releasing a damning scorecard, yet their own credibility is under fire as independent polls tells a different story. Stories on the New Republic. Away from the New Republic, let me do the Spider newspaper. Parliament, Afinyo Markins attacks Speaker Ahiafo. Sees Deputy Speaker is blocking accountability. Ayariga fires back over media optics politics. Achimota Forest saved. Cabinet scrubbed the EI 144, restores full protected status to Accra Green Heritage. So Achimota, the EI has been revoked. So now it's fully protected. Air Vice Marshal Eric Ajiman Frimpong commanding journey to the top of Ghana Air Force. Where is the 300 million Ghana cedis? With a picture of a Miracle Abuaji. It's a Baumia's Miracle spokesperson queries Mahama over delayed flood relief after Yoko ordeal. Now he's also asking questions here. Notorious drug kingpin busted with gun cannabis haul in Dawn raid is also on the Spider. The Chronicle. 112 pump action guns seized in anti-Galamsey crackdown. Local rubber processors reject monopoly claims. Chief challenges claims of a Dintrahini, Queen Mother, and lands court. And he has the scripture, Galatians 4:16, have I now become your enemy by telling you the truth? Oh my, oh my. The Daily Democrat Cocoa Board clears that Cocoa Board stories. The cabinet endorses landmark overhaul of mining laws. It's also the Gold Board Ghana Water signed $8.4 million rehabilitation deal. Electrochem caught up in a GRA nationwide tax enforcement drive. Mahama to lead at Tamil's 14th anniversary commemoration. What story is here? With a smiling NDPC holds validation meeting on draft result framework for the MTD NDPF 2026 to 2029. Recurso chief leads arrest of suspected illegal waste dumper. The chiefs are now working.
Yeah.
The Hawk Award that silenced a champion. GJA Press Freedom Award winner under fire for defending editor's jail term. Afoko declares war on MPP division. Gold Board revives 3 Galamsey heat treatment plants. Who hired the Iyoko crowd? 3 arrested. Paint farmers headquarters. Paint giant gives agriculture ministry 1 million makeover. Okay. Daily Guide. Government to earn 550 million from KGL in 2027 with a picture of the sector minister. Minority boycott BOG briefing over media ban. Miracle Abuaji speaks, Iyoko never quizzed me on 55 million stolen cash. MPP annual election in 3 Ashanti constituency. Ex-NACO boss fight over AG. Fight AG over UK travel. 2 Energy Commission staff caged. The KG over 208 million met shipment. So those are some stories on the various newspapers. Responsible mining gains momentum. So it's like a running story. Paul Afoko on a revenge mission, rejecting NPP declares caution.
Well, I have some interest here.
All right, so pick 1 or 2. We need to go to Berfic Room, and then Mohammed joins me in studios and have this conversation.
I have an interest in this MPP constituency elections.
Okay, what's your interest?
My search, you know, and this is the truth. Should MPP hold the constituency election before their flag bearership race? I'm telling you, like, to be a total disgrace to the former Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. You know why? We know his boys. We know his boys. And I know his boys. And I can tell you, 80%, I think they have about 3 more constituencies to go due to 1 or 2 issues. 80% of these constituency elections, the executives elected are not Bahumia's boys. So it's a revelation. And that one should tell the NDC, the ruling government, to prepare. Because it is not a Bawumia they know. I wish they can do a reshuffle, but it's unfortunate that they've already elected their flag bearer. So they shouldn't sleep enjoying, they shouldn't sleep happy, but they should know that there's a race coming on 2028.
All right, thank you so much, Nana Yao Abraham, for joining us. We're going for a quick break. When we return, we'll be going to Berfic Room. When we return, we have another conversation coming up. And sit down with the communication team members from the various parties to have a conversation. Good morning.
Tony. Dr. Du Muhammad is saying, "Country S and Francis and Yamin Shra will be a Yamin will be a case. Na said dear and maybe me done for all cano. Abusia. Ya dear Bronia to me answer, Dr. Du Baya Wabesa, Dr. Dwe, Dr. Dwe, Yenge Udeni, edek yes nkwa sombo onkwa som yebo and it was SMBTS every Edu Herbal Hospital Anna Eradnam that do so edebebo ade say ye de sanya de what to see any tin ani nompemu ye nkoto dwemu ne atutu asia mafia ye damma wapomuden asipiasi ta na ye wia ye di bonus na atuato eno ne ye se ye di busu ye sister no to atese watenga no ewu kojo tro nyanyane no brim no asori gina wo enenti esan say enem betena se ye di SMBTS na di mewuram because me do get na no tenya nyame aka SM abusan fa meti TV so because one come wodi ni get na no do so aka me the box empty box and everything TV so but me da twere ampo se wa mo akoma tom se me ntwenem ka se wi amo age ne boko eniti abusan ye say e do bajo atrema adanside na nkasa na nam eno ntina meduru ya na SM no obi apesa onje enfri mensem na bottom ne ba kwampo driver no ko je nam say na no Thursday me ba obi je ene dem mo bi anje ana me de aba enenti me do foot say papa no osare o taso no kan o sese wato graphic am obi kenkan no mata no de gan kan ni nyina ma me ne mo kan ne brofum etimi da na betwi translation so I say SMBTS do de abasa ye de ba ama aware de amefie ayede ama enkoda ni age ekunu mu ani age ama yire no so ani age enne na atemi chemli amema na SMBTS ba kufu 1 onfe nkofie na miwia de etachire nyakata na betachire de ama no boko enye ni nyina ha kwa ho ene nti se wato graphic am obi kenkan na ye ho mita odi ka kan ye no wo ye be ma entrance ma be ma mu na wona no abomatwo man na wona mo a sister bra wati mu sade ni nkoyi apomude ni hosa woni oba no konhye mu a wuti mu se dodo aka to be ko wantimi akọ minute ade to so no kekekeke no wantimi SMBTS ye edru asa wono mu asa wo de no wo kọ on say normal we na kata ko mo pa san na ete pa boko na SMBTS be mo akọ pa so ati ase e craft for yourself our classroom no anama wi a na for ba na ka say wo be mem obana ma fans enya de obewie no ka cho say de we ye ni there be ebusia so wie na obana ka say de ye tumi ye ni na kire say problem wo ho yade wo ho bibi wo nipadua ni mu a enko yie bibi wo usisi mu no ma enko yie o mema ye ne ensipi entita na Dr. Do so say ense say wotena se emma oba ejojo wo sa na ense say wotena se ema be ma so obejojo oba so atiase emechi oba branet samento na nyojo mi na enso de nko okwa me fa so me fi be ma na beto aso eno na chese wadwuma no wa anya nwi eni ti Dr. Do say SMBTS oba nom be ma nom me pa chow unya 18 years ya enom wo your ba wa fafura enom wo breastfeeding so a enom wa ye CS ya freyen number no bu screen ni so na tre months awanya ansa na ebe mo anoma ya ma wanom oba se ubu nsa na emeyi menamai se boso me so na me bu me nsa na se me ama nti se bibi ni na mo menti because menti pen bia eno na chese wo yoba enya de boso me ne so a abusua na obi di wada ne calendar o chese obetie ma ofie buo yansa na wakọ ne boss osa boso me asutua meka because the da wo be ye ne fie ho ne brono ne so no obi abehun say yes oboso me aso na ye ya so ene boso me na so nya tese wo tim onya tese wo ntimi ankwa dwuma o wo ye so da dem wo yare ene na boso me aso oni calendar o wada ne calendar madam emo bi fa na ne calendar wane dem boy aden bra SMBTS so say beboa wo ama watimi abu nsaboko ama black cloth ni nyina anane abesia ko kama wonti etiam obi a mpota wabu nsa so we oba na abu sana mi yaba kama nkasa na ma feel comfortable wutim sa wankasa no ohun yo de because se free ya ho besen kwa a wona wotisa wo yefu mu ayodin ohun ni padua ni mu ayodin because se eye ba na ebetom a e ma o sign no se ba na ebetom e ba betom ko fra abusunya nya easy wo so na ma abofron oni ama se what is into so rough not me say bo na ama eno wa hu say why ready say wo be wo eti no ma science na say wo de na nya ba na ebetom bosome mienu bosome miensa o meseson emma e wo branso a wonyem a abusua pe SMBTS to na no wo don se ni na ba besane abese akọ ama nwato afenso no say wonya o menses from day 1 about 7 days afe to so kono na so te ba 6 days so te ba 5 days 4 days e wo so mo sa wo say dia aka na embae no e wo hefa aka ho aka wa ya ase ho enti e wo so no SMB test na enani moja SMB test na ni moja ebe na ne de aka ho na aya clotting na abobon tonto a na ebe da ne fibroid ana se ebe ye bibi aya sisi aka wo wawudie nim no ebe na ne na fi ho ama na bese akọ na wo ho ato afi ona mo say yes odo say so boka say yes me oba efi ono ye oba na bese wo fa nyin sanya SMB test na ni moja no ama de sisi a wo de na no akwan ni nyina bese ko wi a obi won say afi pa na dem na wa fa afro why would it not to me? Now I said, I'm hadging. Or the bathroom can also ban a hadging fee. And I know maybe so the bathroom and the banana into a Santa said, you know. I told you, we 2 months. That's as I said. I was here, about to retort as here. SMB test in Tia Cassani and Yaji because he had the insensible. If you say, yeah, Juma, Cassia, I dance dear Eba SMB test no dorsum. And then see, now make confirm on say, to be my way, to be my coon. Na entu ya dia se because mo no mo aye adwuma 15 mutrim na ne na mo honam onam ya de do adwuma tumi so wotumi dia adwuma e wo abonten ko office atimi ya adwuma kama osisi nim atimi ya kama e clear pens ne bibia wo osisi nim eno nkoto dwenim nyina firi ho wotin ya adwuma yi ama anwato na akodem so a eno ya friend side effect friend side benefit because on my do we are do benya na e kire no eno kwampo na do so bonus no na ya na e de obi koto dia na wa nto so a what told you and then tia ka bi no pento so one to so say there be aduane ne menni ento so ka tuwa bi no eno na e ka no bonus no so atiase to no SMB test ya bonus na be dey na che no e dey so betimi ahama afa o dem o so na bra kwa so je no yes so aras o ma fans say yes wo be memu na edrey abuso ya to agu o man ga na mu ha ba bia pharmacy shop bia benya bi herbal shop bia benya bi chemical shop bia benya bi koto SMB test na o kwa so pe social movement o pe spiritual movement o pe social media open the trendy and strong man me pacho shatter movement na American wasem no simiso na American wasem no sincere me na American wasem no senior minister na American wasem no edra on man no akasa man ho fans when am to say yes what charge na anam and no empty number no that screen so me da ho fa me say me see try me photo and I no papa be share mo so try me photo am and phone no so ayema na the pacho delete be your number no time to photo abusia number Nerika na 0558 379545 0558 379545 and we are the filler according to Dr. Edu. Second number is 0201 044221 0201 044221. Last number is 0243 989368 0243 989368. Number 3 na me dafo fra Eba Edu Heba Hospital. Na ye no edi nkomo kan how chain wa bada bridge wukojo to me pacho freyin nye no nkasa na edro free Edu Heba Hospital aneba ayaresa bia busuan yakwadare ewa yarehwa nya yaresa nyine mu ye tu stroke kwase ema obi a oyare stroke ada hwache na obi a won se de edu no te na chi nyina yekro ya bo ne pampers ababa wa feru ansore no yi pampers no ne ekọ no ehwo asem ana meka eni se stroke no ache nipa no ato wache no fane brain mankasim ba fikrom ehwo na headquarters no ewo abusuan odo mankasim station a o ko ba fikrom obeche okawe fro na bra obedu wono ma abusuan ebe hwewo ama ode hye no ne ho ato no kama ye what ne nso emu ofe emu ode obedem say yes wo da fie wo da yare sabia so asa wo djojo ho hotel ba bi because ya no VIP was ana normal was obewram nya fe na akọ yarefo a waba yare sabia na afi wo koja na no akosa lai amba acho ye ho ye nya sa wo wankasa o facility ne bibia ye intact or toilet and bath shem anything no bibia aye kama o change o patient ho a obi nyina wa wo hwo obi wonu ma je se ye kofa eni ba be time be sala wo na yin se de be ya ye change ne ho do da ne nchen no onhu ne ho me patcho Edu Heba Hospital ye ntisa ya ma obi ane what o so any wo de Usika ekuta wo no eho adwuma na ebe ya ma wo ene nti no medafo to bekafa nipa na ne ho atochema no bibi ha no fa ne brain wo edu yeba hospital na Awurade andom ona doctor do so de nubra nua ha ban ene dua hini efa yade biada etu ase ene nti enya stroke kwa na yesa yade biada sente hye wa na ye wa eno de me boso because na no pani bi de ne ba bre me na me mani ba kwara nso me yam hye me wotimu se asma na wo ne ho ache. But Awurade adom odu Heba hospital last week wotimu say you stabilize ni me na bibia e kama edro no anopa me sorry ya na me sempacho mo to say osanyame adom efri na no e ba e ne Thursday no ma bim eya na afi me ho atom na me ho ayem de won say oye adwuma wie na hu emfaso hu sade na akona koyesa na ho aye wo de enya de wa ya wie na afi wo wi na yam hyehyɛ sade me e be fa na emfa edrebe ya na enye yi enya try and error ewo Edu Heba hospital ebusuafo ye ma wodro na ye de ensese eboka se dro na de ma ya de ye ewo osu eso dro ni na wotwe ase betu na wotwe menu ase betu na wotwe mi ansa ase betu ampanso me bedu wono na wato asori a woko wuyi a chia ko chia osimi ma chia na woko ba bi enne ntini ya de bi a etete wo emmema na moko dwaba musu na nkwada huri agire mu na ye tisi so ewo mumu me pa moncho Edu Heba hospital edro papa honoma oba ebeba ama ho ato me pa acho enya yaresa bia oba ye ma odo na ene kwotena kobra ansa na wayo ye machine sakase egu no mabusuan oba ye de be exam efru trimesu nase ne on sa yade na efri ya na eba ya ha ene ha eje do we ne de be ma ne wi a emu.
All right, so welcome back from the Befi Chroma, bringing you that information with Edu Heba this morning. Woman here this morning. You can also share your thoughts with us on 053-715-8638. We've looked at the various news headlines. We've had some conversation on Stowaway, why it's dangerous for you to go on that tangent. We'll also be turning our attention to start having some conversation in studio already this morning. I did promise you that it's a packed Thursday morning where we look at having the various communicators. Mohammed, is this Shafiq? Tawfiq. What the meaning? Which part of the country are you from, Tawfiq?
Well, I'm in the Gumba from Tamale, but I was born in Ashanti region.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
So you understand the man?
Very well.
So I say Despa.
Nah, Tumasu.
Alafi. Wow. So I've met my tribe mate here. The man from so it means that the people watching in Tamale knows you.
Definitely. Having been a member of the National Communications Team, a member of NDC Grassroots, a member of the Youth Wing, and a former team president for Ghana Institute of Journalism, now Unimac IG.
Wow. Quite interesting time I wait as with Tawfiq, is a communication team member of the NDC, already seated. We're still looking forward to have Sechi Edu also joining us from his communication officer for the New Patriotic Party Krowa constituency to also join us this morning on the subject we've entitled we're looking at beyond. We're looking at having building Ghana. Can the NDC and the MPP find a common development ground? I mean, that is what we want to look at this morning. But just before I touch base on that score was maybe some few minutes but I want to say a big thank you to Abna Bio, the PR of Edu Clinic, for joining us on the morning focus and sharing valuable insight on health and wellness, the importance of making informed choices about your well-being. As we continue with the national policy focus, we now shift our attention from the individual well-being to a broader national conversation, one that concerns the future direction and development of Ghana. Politics have always played a central role in Ghana's democracy, but beyond the party colors and electoral contest lies a bigger question. How do we build a nation where national interest comes before partisan interests? That is what we are going to look at. The challenges facing Ghana, from job creation and economic growth to education, healthcare, tourism, and environmental protection, requires a collective effort and a long-term thinking. So the morning convo with the party reps will be looking at building Ghana beyond politics. Can the NDC and MPP find a common ground on national development? Is one thing that we are going to look at. But just as Mohamed Tofik joins me, Tofik, you had a conversation I was having with Nanaya Abrampa.
Yes, I was here. I had a quite number of submissions. The questions you asked him, the submissions you also made.
Did you enjoy that conversation? As a young man coming up and you hear things around this story, I believe you've heard it.
I've
read
heard
in the
it.
dailies, people have been rescued left, right, center.
I think I've even watched some videos or films, and I've read. I think our first president also went to US by Sulawesi. That's Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. So at least we have some knowledge about it.
Historical
and
antecedent.
how risky it is. Honestly, I don't think people like me will ever try that. Because somebody who is even as afraid of swimming pool, and I'm going to hide all the way on the sea with these waves, I will never try it, and I will not advise a brother to do that.
You will not advise any brother to do that. But the question is, are young people running away from Ghana, or are we failing to create reasons for them to stay? Because it seems like the young people are all running away from Ghana. Is it a failure from leadership that we've not been able to create enough reasons for the people to stay? Because if you look at all our economic sectors, from the teacher to the nurses, it's like our workforce keep drifting. They keep moving away. They keep leaving the country. Then we come back and say, with a shortage of nurses, a shortage of doctors, after the training they get as a medical officers or a medical nurse, a general health practitioner, they all walk away from the shores of the country. The question this morning I'm asking now, have we created enough reason for our young people, our workforce, to stay? 053-715-8638 is the number. 053-715-8638 is the numbers. You can also join this conversation. Before we dive into the major conversation, the call for why Tofik is here, I just want to pick your thoughts on this one. Why are young people running away from Ghana? Have we created that enough reason for people to stay?
So basically, when we talk about migration or moving from one place to another, it didn't start today. It started way back centuries ago. And even if we take our own history, our grandfather started migrating from somewhere, Baghdad. He traveled down to Egypt, to Chad, and to Nigeria, and then finally we are here. And my grandfathers also even moved from the northern region to Ashanti region. And today I'm in Accra here. So tomorrow maybe my son or my daughter want to go to America or Canada.
No, but because I'm not cutting you, but you listen. If you listen to Abrampa, you see the risk, the dangers involved.
That is where
and people will sit there and connive and take money from those young people and then put them into those risks with the intention of going to gain a greener pasture out there. That was why is a country, we know people love to travel, myself I love to travel, but the question is, have we created enough reason for people who want to stay here and work?
Yeah, I think we've leadership or governments in this country in a way have created a reason for people to stay in this country, because after every election cycle, whether MPP or NDC or what political party that is in power speaks about unemployment and speaks about measures to be put in place in order to ensure that young people have what they can do to support themselves. Governments are trying to bring in for a direct foreign investment, bringing in investors to make sure that even at the private sector, they open jobs for young people. So it is just you discovering, it is just you getting the mentorship, it is just you getting, asking questions to know. Because even if you want to travel, what is your interest? First of all, young people who goes outside the country, most of us do not even know what we want. Or somebody has gone to America, has come to buy a car, has done this, so let me also go. It doesn't work that way. So you have to look at your interest first. What is my interest? And how can I get that interest? You don't just look at somebody making it, then you also try to make it. When you make that, you are making a very big mistake. I have had the opportunity on several occasions to travel outside the country. Look, I tell them that I'm not interested. I don't want to travel outside the country. I have a brother who is in Bonn currently. He was in Italy. In 2012, when we finished SHS, he told me, oh, the Turkish people are giving scholarship. Let's go to Turkey. I told him, no, I won't go. He went there, he did his undergrad, he did his master's, he came back, he told me, I can't stay in this country. I told him, okay, what do you want? He said he wants to go to Germany. We went and applied for the visa, and he's currently in Germany. That is his interest. But I feel like me being in Ghana here, I can make it in Ghana here. And if you look at the whole world is now trooping into Africa. That is why we have the Russian African Summit, Turkish African Summit, China African Summit. So even they themselves have discovered something in Africa that they are coming to pick. So when you learn and you discover, probably you only travel out there to spend some holidays or maybe to go and do your business, but not to take a risk of joining a ship through slow way or stowaway. I wouldn't do that, and I won't advise any young person to do that. It's just a matter of discovering your interest, and then how are you going to develop that interest? That will help you.
Now, okay, so most people find it difficult to be able to discover who they are. What are the processes in discovering who you are? Because you brought the subject on whilst waiting for Stacey for a lesson. Let's give Stacey about some 10 minutes. If it doesn't kind of will dive into the conversation. But how can one decide? Because I keep telling people, you need to talk to yourself.
Yeah.
Because change starts with you. So you need to sit down, take stock of your own life, see where and how to take stock. But discovering, how do you discover?
So first of all,
what are the things you need to do?
First of all, I think sociologists have discovered has categorized self into three. We have the ideal self, the real self, the ideal self, and then the perceived self. So the real self is who I am. Sometimes you consider your generation, your background, where you are coming from. Then the ideal self is that is a self-actualization. What do I want to be in the near future? Do I want to be an entrepreneur? Do I want to be a traditional leader? Do I want to be an imam or a clergy? Or I want to be a statesman? That is the ideal self. And then the perceived self is, how do I want people to look at to look at me? Like, how do I want people to describe me? Because today we have pastors who are not even following what the Bible are saying, but they are pastors. We have imams who are not following what the Quran is saying, but they are imams. We have politicians who are not respecting the constitution, but they are politicians. So now that is how you want people to look at it. So now, if you are able to discover yourself, where you are coming from, your generation, your tribe, who you are, now you look at, what do I want to be?
So it made that perspective.
Yes.
To start asking yourself, who am I?
Who am I?
What makes me unique?
Yes.
I mean, what do I truly want to be?
Yes.
And what kind of a person do I want
to be? So now when you discover this is where you now discover.
That is the self-awareness foundation.
That's the basics. Now you discover, okay, if I want to be an imam, so who should be my mentor? Then I should have to go and get a malam to start teaching me. If I want to be a pastor, who should be my mentor? Maybe I have to go to a theological school. If I want to be a politician, maybe I have to go and learn political, maybe even if I cannot go to the university, at least I have to get a honest politician for him to groom me.
At least you could study,
yes.
You could read, because there's knowledge on the internet.
Yes, so you need to get a mentor secondly, and this mentor will mentor you. But if you grow up, you don't even know who you are, it will be very difficult for you to even choose a mentor. So at that time, you are just there. Anybody who comes with whatever, you take it. But there are instances when you discover yourself and you know where you are going, there are some opportunities given to you, you reject it. Not because you don't want it, but because those opportunities will not help you to get to where you want to go to.
Those opportunities will not help you. We're getting ourselves educated, hanging out with Mohammed Taufik. Funny enough, Mohammed is coming from part of the country, from Dagbang.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Mention it right.
Yeah.
That's the local word.
That's the local word. It's supposed to be Dagbang. But those
you will call it Dagbang.
Dagbang. It was when the Europeans came, how they spelt it. And then when you say Dagbang and you want to call, you say Dagbamba. It's supposed to be Dagbamba. But because they spelled it Dagomba, now you can't change it again.
But from Dagbang, we know the Overlord was transceived.
Yes.
Today is the Adua.
Yeah, it's a 3 days rather. 3
days rather. Today is the third day. We'll be crossing over to the Northern Regional Capital. We'll be talking to our correspondent, Philemon, to tell us what is the mood like this morning, being the third day after the burial of the Overlord. Now we know the Kampankuya now. We'll have to study affairs. The sun will have to study affairs of the rains till a substantive overlord
yeah.
chosen again.
But as at now, we don't even have the Kampankuya.
We don't have the Kampankuya. Because the first overlord that was buried, the son now is now the chief of Sablugo.
Yeah, Yona.
The Yona is now the chief of Sablugo. So now another person will have to be taken as a Kampankuya.
Yeah, so currently as it stands now, it is the Kona who is acting.
Kona who is acting.
So after
the only person who can announce it as well.
So after that, now they install the Kampankuya now to take over.
Well, we look forward to that, the history that backs Dagbang Kingdom. So as a despatch to all our people there, we want to wish everybody well this morning. We thank God for their life. We're looking at, we're going to get ourselves involved, but it's important for you to learn to step into discovering yourself. That was the first conversation I had with Mohammed Taufik. Create time for self-reflection. It's very important for you to create time for self-reflection. The first step is to slow down and honestly examine yourself. Spend some time thinking about your life, your choices, your dream, and your values. When you begin to sit and take stock of this, you ask yourself this question: who am I? That's the first thing you do. Who am I? What makes me unique? And then what do I truly want in life? And what kind of a person do I want to become? And what kind of a person do I want to become? When you ask yourself this question, this is self-awareness, is the foundation of self-discovery. That is where you can discover who you are. Then your second thing we talked about is about identifying your strengths and your weaknesses. Know what you are good at and where you need improvement. What skills come naturally to me? And another question you need to ask yourself: what do people often praise me for? What areas do I need to develop? Understanding both your strengths and weaknesses helps you grow with confidence and humility. That's the second step. Then you have to discover your passion. What drives you? You pay attention to the activities that energizes you and brings you fulfillment. What do I enjoy doing even without external rewards? Those are the giftings and the talents. What issues or causes deeply moves me? What are the issues that moves you? What activities make me lose track of time? You should consider all those things, because your passion often points towards your calling in life. And you have to clarify your values and your beliefs. Your values are the principles that guide your decision. Identify what matters most to you: integrity, family, faith, service, excellence, creativity, leadership. When you know your values, you make better choices. I hope we're driving some nice understanding with you this morning. And there's one thing you should understand. Understand your life experiences. Reflect on your journey, the successes, the failures, the challenges, and the lessons. So ask yourself, what have my struggles taught me? Because your struggles should teach you something. What experiences shapes your character? And what lessons can I use to help others? Your story often carries clues about your purpose. Interesting. You know, somebody says this one in, is a chairman, I'm watching you, the two Dagbang people. Mohammed, you know, I have a lot of fan base there.
Oh, okay.
They can always cause trouble.
Wow.
Yes. You know, and that Yana was like an uncle.
Wow.
He's a friend.
Wow.
I walk to the palace anytime I want to walk.
Wow, that's great.
I said people in there. So sometimes when I mention some of the words, they ask, oh, I've lived there. I've stayed there. I speak the language.
Wow.
So I'm cool. I don't say, I mean, for you to stay there for quite some number of years with all the experience, with all the good foods there.
Yeah.
Man, I still remember that it's a second home.
Definitely.
Yeah. No matter how I go to the Ashantis, I always want to go back to the north.
Mm-hmm.
It's my second home. Now let's go straight away. We'll bring you more of this self-discovery things, and we'll be talking about it anytime we sit on set. But let me quickly go through. Okay, this one too from Edie says, look, Chairman, I've missed you. Brutal. I've missed you, Brutal. You know, we need you back home. You can always watch me on screen. Abubakar said, look, chairman, this morning, oh, you're making me excited. This throwaway thing, I tried it, though. I nearly died. Hey, Charlie, people that don't know that they try throwaway or are coming in this morning.
It's not easy.
It's never easy. Tomorrow, I'll bring you how to discover yourself, the deep insights. We'll talk more about it tomorrow as well. So just make a date with us. But this morning, now let's turn our attention to go into the major conversation for the morning. I mean, building the Ghana we want, the challenges facing Ghana, from job creation, economic growth to education, healthcare, tourism, environmental protection, and requires collective efforts and a long-term thinking. Now, building Ghana beyond politics. Can the NDC and MPP find a common ground on national development? Can Ghana, two major political parties, work together on the critical national issues despite their differences? Is there a room for consensus building beyond elections? And what does true national development require from our political leaders? But let me start with the very first question. I mean,
consistent, short-term, middle-term, and long-term development for this country. So if we are truly interested in developing this country, we have to always look at what the Constitution says through the NDPC. Of course, the NDPC prepares a long-term, medium-term, and national development plan for us. I read somewhere they said 20 years development plan, somewhere 40 years development plan. So I believe that if both NDC and MPP sticks to and says that we want to collectively develop this country, we can go back to the Constitution and take the National Development Planning Commission Act 1994, Act 480, and we can give Ghana the qualitative change it needs. Of course, the NDPC works with the president, stakeholders, they advise the president, monitors and evaluates implementation of national development programs. They also promote balanced regional and national development. So if we are really interested and we want to develop this country collectively, the two major political parties, that is the great NDC and the MPP, our academia, our traditional rulers, our development partners and international community, we can do that. But because people have diversity and interest, it becomes very difficult. Just recently, we've seen the YOCO inviting people to come and answer questions, and they want to politicize it. But this is not a matter of politics. This is a matter of Ghana. I'm a member of NDC. I know the NDC will not be in power forever, and I say it and I keep saying it. If you are an NDC appointee, or if you are a member of NDC and you are given a fund to do something, and tomorrow another political party comes to power and then calls you for accountability, I wouldn't come there. I'll protect my reputation. I won't go and support corruption. I don't think even our General Secretary will talk about it. So there's a common ground through the NDPC. If all of us, both NDC and MPP, and all stakeholders involved says that, yes, we want to develop this country, we can do it. When you go to the United States, the United States has their national policy where I understand that the presidency is even bigger than the president. So whosoever wins power, there's a kind of policy that you have to follow in order to ensure that there's a qualitative change in economic, social, political, and then even foreign activities. So of course, if we get the willpower and we really want to do that, we can do that when the NDC and NPP decide that let's come together to ensure that this country develop qualitatively.
Interestingly, that's Mohammed Tawfiq, who is a communication team member of the NDC, picking the first issue we're looking at, building Ghana beyond politics. Can the NDC and MPP find a common ground on the national development? And also joining us this morning is the communication officer for the New Patriotic Party, Krowa constituency, Isaac Randolph Sichi Edu. Ike, good morning.
Good morning, boss.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been like almost 2 weeks now, right?
Oh, it's more than 2 weeks.
It's more than 2 weeks.
It's even more than a month.
Wow, more than a month. I've not seen you on set, but it's good to have you this morning. Thanks for joining us this morning. The question I asked, the same question: Can the two major political parties work together on the critical national issues despite their differences?
Very well, and thanks for having me. And like we always do, we give thanks to God for giving us the opportunity to sit here and also be part of the discourse for Ghana's moving forward. Also, first off, to greetings, good morning, greetings to my brother Tawfiq, first time meeting him. Also, I would like to say congratulations to all the constituency executives elect of the New Patriotic Party. I say congratulations to those who have been given the mandate to man the constituencies. And to those who lost, we are the same family. So we need to get ourselves up and still help the party like others helped us when we were in power. With reference to Krowa here, greetings to the chairman-elect, Chairman Benjamin Dazi, and his executives. About building Ghana beyond politics, and that is, can the NDC and the MPP find common grounds on national development? I think for every political party, the interest of both the MPP, the NDC, CPP, and any other political party is to develop Ghana. And anything aside that would be a grave mistake on that particular political party. How we go about this, how we go about this tandem is what needs to be discussed, because I believe firmly that in the minds of the NDC, they are in power to make Ghana better than the MPP did. In the minds of the MPP, we want to gain power so that we can also improve the lot of this nation. So generally, we are in existence because of Ghana, and we cannot work against the same country that we want to lead and against the same people that we want to lead. The issue, like my brother Tofik talked about, is about how those who are given political office or authority uses that authority, and that is what divides the people. Now, when you go to other advanced countries and wherever in this world, there is no way there are 2 political parties or 3 political parties who think same. Definitely, there are divergence issues because we are made up of different political ideologies. So the NDC is a socialist ideology, that is center-left or left. We are center-right or right. So we have different ideologies, and like I've always said, it is like we going to Kumasi being our final destination. The NDC thinks that probably we should take Ofanko, Amasaman road. The NPP also believes that let's take the Ebri stretch and then join at Sawum. So that is it. But coming down to recent developments, myself, and like Tofik said, whoever has been given any political office must manage in a way that in future, when power changes hands, the government in power will not come looking for you in corruption cases. No rightly thinking person should support anybody who dissipates the country's coffers. No. It is the process, it is the procedure in getting those people culpable that we are talking about. And I've heard some good people in the NDC even condemning what is going on. And not to say that what is going on didn't just start from today. It has been with us. Every party that comes into government tries to do something to whip up the support base. For the support base, this is what they want. But you also have to look into the fact, into the mirror, if what you are doing is giving you a very good rating or very good perspective in the sight of the international community. So nobody is against people being accountable for the office that they were entrusted with, but the procedure, by the process. Now, our law, even our constitution says that you are innocent until proven guilty. So I've always said it elsewhere that when today somebody reports that there is, let's say, a murder, and the police comes in, they see me holding, the police comes in, they see me holding a knife. There is blood on the knife. Everything. Even when they take the exhibit, the police still have to convince the court that even though when they came, the person was dead and I was holding the knife, I'm the one who did that, who committed that act. So the onus is on the prosecutor. But what is happening here? Look, I've heard people who we have called professors whose voices we respect, saying that people have stolen money. And whilst the NPP should be concerned with those who stole the money, their concern is about the tables who turn. And especially Professor Kweku Azar, And I felt so disappointed that even us as lay people, we know that until a court pronounces guilty on somebody, you cannot pronounce the person guilty. So if he comes out and says that somebody has stolen money, just because that is the first charge, there have not been any defense. If they can say that, then what is expected of us lay people? We are building one nation. So all we are saying is that, look, per the accounts, Miracles has been invited several times by the IOCO. And he had gone there. And he is saying that on no account was any 55 million mentioned. He said even when he went to IOCO, when they arrested him and he went, the only issue they talked to him about was about some 5 million that they say they cannot find it. And then somebody had petitioned. They said the CEO there now has petitioned that they should invite him because he is not having, he is having issues with some dealings that went on there. And for your listeners and your viewers to know, the Gerard issue, it is not something that happened during NDC time. It is NPP time that the Accountant General flagged Gerard for some transactions. And then he agreed to pay it. So it was during NPP time. And if during that time, the Auditor General did not mention Miracles, the NDC or the IOCO should tell us what new investigations they did that really roped in Miracles. There is nothing like that. And look, Haruna Idrisu have said this thing, that the bail conditions that is being used as punishment, it is not good for all of us as a nation. The Interior Minister, Muntaka, has said it. The Speaker of Parliament is talking about how our democracy is going backwards. Just yesterday, Alex Segbefia went with the Vice President to Canada, and they were having a town hall meeting with NDC people, let's say Ghanaians. And somebody asked a question that they heard a lot about how NPP people have stolen money. So when will NPP people be arrested? And look, there are some people, whether you like it or not, if you are in NDC, there are some people in NPP you will definitely respect. If you are in NPP, there are some people in NDC you will definitely respect. Alex Segbefia is one of the people who have handled himself very calmly till date. And he said, they catch them. Are they going to be in power forever? And he made reference to Jechi Kwesen, that if NPP did not use rule of law, like Jechi Kwesen would have been in prison by now. And he would never have been a deputy foreign minister. So we should be very careful. And now, the base, as for the base, they have nothing to lose. They will never be appointed. They have not been appointed before. Those who are in government now are the ones. Imagine if tomorrow.
I want you to hold your thought here. Let me go to the lines and speak to our correspondent on the grounds. Today is a Thursday after the overlord of Dabon. Good morning, Philemon. Hello, good morning, Phil. Hello, Phil, good morning. Well, I think we've lost him on the line. So when we get him, we'll get back to you. So you have some few minutes.
So, imagine if Taufik is in power, like is manning this station, and his party loses. So tomorrow I come in, and then I write to you that they should invite Taufik because I cannot find. I'm not clear with some transactions. Then everybody who comes will do that. So what it means is that if you are given political power, immediately your party loses power, you should prepare yourself that you go to IOCO. Whether you have done something wrong or right, you will go. Look, there is this issue with the Chairman Wontumi issue. One of the cases that they are being relied on is that they found Chairman Wontumi's sticker on an excavator in the forest. Sticker on an excavator in the forest. And there is no evidence linking him to that. But that is the only evidence.
So if that is the only evidence, hello, good morning, Philemon.
Yes, good morning.
How are you doing this morning?
Yes, I'm doing very well.
Well, today we know is the third day. What can you tell us about the happenings?
Yes, so as it was announced a couple of days ago, with the passing on the overlord of Nariana Abukari, second. So today happens to be the third day of, we fast, which means that when it comes to, Islamic tradition, every 3 days, the person is set aside. So that ritual for prayer, which is starting, it is called the 10th day Adua. So that is what they are currently about to be observed or about to observe here within these premises here or at the palace here. And in fact, but earlier on when we got here, we realized that security has been very tight here. As it was announced, or as it was announced yesterday, almost getting to 400, security officers within the premises here. And a couple of individuals who are from far and near have also come here to witness or be part of the 3-day Adua here in Yengi. Even though officially the program haven't started, yes, but you could also see just to also partake in the 3rd-day Adua here. In fact, earlier on I spoke to the PRO of the late Paramount, and he stated categorically that everything has been put in place for the program to go on very well in terms of security, in terms of the culture, in terms of the religious aspect as well. That everything has been put in place for the program to go very good. So far, this is what is going on here in Yengi, even though it has not officially started. But everything is moving on well. And the population here, I can describe the population here as very, 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 very massive here in Yengi. That's what I can say for now.
What are some of the dignitaries we are looking forward to join in this 3-day assembly?
Yeah, so earlier on, when I engaged the public relations officer, in fact, he made it clear that some of the dignitaries they are expecting, in fact, is the Education Minister, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, will be around, the Northern Regional Minister will be around, and some individuals who have called them even outside the jurisdiction of Tamale or Northern Region, also be part of the, of the engagement. And so far, I have witnessed almost half of the chiefs within the Northern Region who are part of this, or who have come for this program. I have seen the Lamashena, I have seen a lot of the chiefs have tripped in now, awaiting the official start of the program. And those that yesterday who also slept, in fact, one of the key things that I would like to mention and say this clear is that as of yesterday night, all hotels in Yengi here were full to its capacity, to the point that if you had wanted any hotel to sleep here, that would have been very difficult because most of the hotels here were being, occupied by residents or individuals from far and near. That is what I can say. And also, in terms of transport, realize that because people are from far coming here, transport is booming. In fact, earlier on, individuals struggle to get transport from Tamale Town to Yengi. And I am told that as time goes on, it will become very difficult for people to get, transport that will help them to come here in Yengi. So that is what I can still say for now. And in fact, every corner of this place, you will see the police and the military who are around just making sure that there is law and order here.
Officially, what time are they expecting to start the program, and how many hours are we spending with this program?
Yeah, so what the PRO actually said was that at around 10 to 11 that the program has to start because of the sun, weather conditions. So officially, he said from 10 to 11 the program should have started for them to kickstart the program and see what will happen at the end of the day. And in fact, one thing that the PRO keeps saying is that it is peace they want, because that the late paramount chief of Dagba was an individual or a chief who promoted peace with every iota of his teeth. He was always, preaching peace, promoting peace. So even yesterday, they still made an announcement that all those who were to come, or all those who will be coming for this program or event, should make sure that they come by themselves. They shouldn't come along with any gun or anything that might end up causing any problem or distracting the program. So before you even move from Tamale to the place, you will realize that there are a lot of security checkpoints before you even come to, or before you get to this particular location, just to make sure that no individual is holding any gun, anything that will cause problems here in this program. Because the PRO re-echoed his voice that the late chief was someone who promoted peace and nothing else, peace and unity.
Now, just before we take a leave of you, if you could tell us exactly what goes into the 3-day celebration. It is just going to be prayer, cultural display, and also solidarity messages.
I couldn't hear you. Hello, come again.
I was asking that what exactly goes into this 3 days morning exercise.
You said what exactly goes into the 3 days exercise?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what happened is that, in fact, the paramount chief was not just a chief, but he was also, when it comes to the Islamic religion, he also, he was one of the individual who supported Islamic religion and practiced the religion very well. In fact, I even made an inquiry about to how much extent with his practice of the religion, and it is said that he observed every bit of the Islamic prayers from the beginning to the end. And he even supported individuals and communities to build, some couple of mosques. And they even said it clear that when he was the chief of Savulugu, that is Yoyili, Yona, when he was the Yona at Savulugu, he supported most of them to build a couple of mosques, which means that he is really into the Islamic religion. And that is the practice that they are currently going to, or that is going to happen today. That when an individual dies, they set aside 3 days for the 3 days adua, which is a prayer that the religious leaders offer to ask God to usher him to heaven, to ask God to forgive him of his sins he may have committed as being human and when he was on earth. That is just what it means, and that is the significance of the 3rd day adua.
Philemon, thank you so much for bringing us up to speed. When the process starts, please make sure you position yourself, or we'll get back to you on our new bulletin.
Okay, thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. So we've been talking to our man on the ground far away in Yendi, the northern region, telling us after the overload passing today is Adua, the prayers will be heard, and already we hear this a nailing crowd. Well, finally, you need to wrap up.
So finally, all I'm saying is that all of us need to sit back and realize that we have only one country, and that power is borrowed, power is not owned, and that today you are in the seat, tomorrow it will be somebody else's thing. So I think that whatever we are doing, we have to do it with some caution, and that nobody is against anybody being taking through the rules of engagement in finding truth about the stewards that the person doing the person's thing. So please, let's do it, because there are people who have been invited even before this arrest. Miracles had been invited, and there was no hula baru about it. Our former vice presidential candidate Napo said that he had been invited several times, and because it was done, so because it was done in a way that was with some decency, there was nothing, there was no uproar about it. So please, let us act in a way, because it is giving our peace index a very bad. And yesterday, when you watch the media space, they were all talking about it, that it is not just against some people, it's against the nation, because the index, the peace index, and all those things influences investors into coming into a nation. So please, let us be careful.
All right,
with what we do with the power that you have been given.
Let's move on. Let me go to Tofik. Interestingly, looking at the conversation we're having, is there any room for consensus building beyond elections?
So basically, the consensus building will start when we become proactive by even preventing crisis. So your government is in power. They've given you a position or an assignment. Do the right thing. And when you see that in your office things are not going on well, there are appropriate bodies you have to report to. Don't wait till another party comes to power, then you are corrupt. Then when you are invited, you want to create a political capital from it. It's not even advisable because your own integrity is at stake. Yes, Dennis have been going to Yoko, liaising with them, but what happened? Because I don't think Yoko just get up and say, well, let's go and arrest him. Have we heard from Yoko what happened? So we have to also look at that. So we need to prevent crisis even before it happens. And at the end of the day, I am very happy that my brother said the likes of Haruna Idrisu, Muntaka, Segbefia, they all spoke. We in NDC, yes, our party was built from a revolution, and each member of NDC is being trained not to be a politician. You are trained to be a statesman, even at the grassroots level. And that's why we don't use emotions. We don't always want to win political points everywhere, trying to cause commotion to what Dennis is doing. We have a lot of NDC people who can do more than he's doing. But we are not looking at political points. We are looking at accountability. What happened? What happened between Dennis and Yoko that Yoko have to come after him? It's unfortunate that NDC is in power and then people want to align this to NDC. But NDC distance itself from whatever Yoko is doing, because Yoko is an independent body by the constitution working for Ghanaians, and Ghanaians demanded accountability. They told President Mahama, we know that the President Akufo-Addo government borrowed over 500 billion Ghana cedi, but we are not seeing what they are doing, what they did with the money. Day in, day out, there were corruption cases to an extent that a diploma, I think an ambassador to Australia even said that Ghana beyond corruption. Ghanaians demanded accountability, and that is the reason why they gave the power. We should be happy, and we are fortunate that there is one President John Dramani Mahama in NDC who have been given power to use the constitution and get those people to bring back the money. Yes, I'm told, and I also understand that some people are even voluntarily giving out what they took. So what happened between Dennis and Yoko? Yeah. We've heard what Dennis have come to say, whatever. He want to win political point with it. But we've not heard from Yoko. But as time goes on, whatever the thing is, whatever be the case, we'll get to know the truth. So let's give time some time. But we in NDC will make sure that even one day when MPP comes to power, as they said, that the tables will turn. The tables will turn. The table belongs to Ghanaians. And if President Mahama is delivering and the NDC keep delivering, Ghanaians will not turn the table. Even if they want to turn it, they will still turn it for NDC. Because that is what Ghanaians want. The businessman wants to see that his business is growing. The widow or the ordinary market woman want to see that her business is growing. The ordinary Ghanaian want to be happy. Before we start this program, we're talking about stowaway. Young people illegally boarding ships outside the country. Young people need jobs. Today, President Mahama, 1 million coders. President Mahama is training through the communication ministry, the Jumaura program. President Mahama is giving young people seed money. He's training people to become. The apprenticeship program is also there. The 24-hour economy. President Mahama is setting the foundation. They are building markets everywhere. The Minister of Finance has released 400 million Ghana cedis to set up the Women's Bank. So these are the things Ghanaians need. And that is what President Mahama and the NDC is doing, and that is what we will continue to do. But the MPP, for whatever reason, want to, shy away from their failure. So they try to bring in issues, because this issue of Dennis, I don't see the reason why somebody should even go to Yoko. Yes, he has been picked up by Yoko. Allow them. Whatever thing they are going to do, they won't kill him. At the end of the day, they will release him. It is not the people who will parade at Yoko that will force Yoko to release that person. Shatawale himself was arrested. Was Shatawale a politician? Shatawale has nothing to do with politics, but they arrested him. So sometimes when state institutions go ahead and do what they are supposed to do, I don't think, especially when it comes to corruption cases, for me, it will be shameful that one day an NDC person is invited at Yoko, then I will go there. To go and do what? Allow him. Let the Yoko deal with him. If indeed he is corrupt, they should prosecute him. If he's not corrupt, they will clear him. So there's no need trying to get political capital from this thing. So I will advise my NDC, MPP friends that whenever Yoko invites somebody, don't parade there. We saw those people who went there. Some people, they didn't even know the reason why they went there. Some people were, somebody who even went there to give them food added gin, he added alcohol for them to hide and be there making noise. No member of MPP, it was also the general secretary and some few people who went there because they want to contest for their national and regional executive position went there. And even Dennis, this morning, I saw somebody saying that when Dennis came out, when they made all this noise and he came out, he didn't even say thank you to the MPP people who came and helped him. So you see, we need to differentiate state issues from political issues. We in NDC won't come out and make noise. We have our strategy to control public opinion, to win public opinion, and to appeal to public opinion. And we've always presented good and presentable candidate who delivers. And President Mahama is delivering, and that is what Ghanaians want. At the end of the day, whatever thing Ghanaians want, we are delivering, and we hope that if President Mahama continues this way, whosoever will present in 2028 is going to win with massive majority in Parliament. Thank you.
Well, so Tofik is saying that that's the only way they can we can build consensus beyond election. I asked you the same question, Sichidu. Is there room for consensus building beyond election?
Yes, there is. There is. But like I said, the two political parties, civil society, had to come out and heal wounds first. Because, you see, I'm not surprised with how Tofik gave his second debate. Like, I am not surprised. Look, how do you blame Miracle Sabwaji in this issue? How? That what Miracle Sabwaji is doing, you can do it more than that, but you are not. So how do you blame him? Somebody visits Yoko. He travels. He comes back at the airport. He is handcuffed. He is arrested. He is put to Yoko cells. His lawyer is not allowed to go to him. And you say we should sit down and eat our food and sleep because it's okay. Today you are in power. Today is 16th July 2026. I pray that next time, like we said, as for power going into the other hands, it is you cannot be in power forever. If it takes 50 years, 100 years, definitely power will change. But if you will be okay with an NDC person without any court pronouncement on the person, being bundled to Yoko cells, his lawyer, his aides not allowed to the person, and you will sleep, we will not sleep. And then also the issue of somebody has been stealing money and then people have been stealing money. I have said it here, that nobody is against the security agencies going after somebody who has stolen money. But per our constitution, the only body that can pronounce somebody guilty of any offense is the court. Bioko is not a court. Now, look at it. Just imagine what was said about Cecilia Dapa before the election. Look, all of us, and Tofik, you are here. Whatever you are doing what you are doing to aspire so that tomorrow you can also lead the NDC in whichever office or whichever way. Same as me. If tomorrow your kids go to school and you are their father's name or their mother's name is being mentioned that you are a thief, you are stealing sanitation money, you have done this, then you come to power and there's no prosecution of the person. And the person,
I understand the angle you're coming from.
No, but what we are doing to ourselves is bad, because look at the things that were said about Cecilia Dapa. So let us ask ourselves, the media people, the civil society, all those people who pronounce Cecilia Dapa guilty even before court, what are they thinking now? Look at the things that were said about Edu Boahene. Now your AG goes to court and tell court that the AG's own principal witness, that is the investigator, should not talk about his press conference. Where? In which civil society, in which civil country do we accept this? That I can stand on the media and say, you Tofik, you are this, you are this, you are this. And then when we go to court, I tell the court that don't use the things that I said about Tofik in my press conference. Tofik, we are all politicians. And if what is being done today, if you investigate somebody, you take the person to court, and the court paid the evidence. Even when you take the person to court, the person has the right to bring a lawyer. Even if the person has no money, the state has to provide a lawyer for the person. And then the court pronounces, after hearing all evidence, that this person is guilty. Then we can say what we are saying. But we are saying miracles, so 55 million, oh this. Today people are saying it. Tomorrow, if it is not that, mark my words, nothing will happen, because he has taken nothing from the coffers. Well, and then what will happen with what we have said about him? We are all human beings. Tomorrow, if what we are doing is done to us and we'll be happy, I leave it to God.
All right, so good morning to you out there. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello, good morning.
Zainab.
I think the man is not really ready to speak. We can move on with our conversation. This morning, you can send your text and comment to 053-715-8638, 053-715-8638. Let me start this one. I mean, what does true national development require from political leaders?
Accountability. Accountability and the rule of law. I think if we are able to master these two, look, we can have our differences. As for our differences, even with yourself and your siblings and your wife and your children, you have differences. So as for having differences, it is part of our daily life. It's a natural phenomenon. It's a natural thing. But that accountability, and then accountability, and then rule of law should not be trampled with.
Accountability and rule of law should not be trampled with. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Mr. Morris, like I said.
Okay, it's you.
I'm not now, and I'm not going to again come back to enemy Casa. Maybe the common command water. And more, first, I took out the time. Here, 5.5 million, maybe 7.5 million. Also, sorry, I must be at 15 years old. Oh, and your mama, penny mamma, near the to be plant, I was a move. But this is from the table to some more Casano, you Yawaha, and talk to be number and say, Mukum, Makuma put to one on the Jam. That might not ask them saying any crap because some of them are watching. Because a problem of everybody like I said, and some of them and Yapa. A good thing I can't, and poor Agama. A very second, you are then you for not a job to find. This second time of my mama buy a having a yap. You can't use bomb enter. That's too frequently back there. Hey, 1,002, and 1,005. Most of them say people don't about any number of years, the woman you hear before. Yes, one country of things when you make it, come on, that time, papa, or people again, that is not so. That you are the whole bracket, or my paying the policy bar, or be a so far. I could walk into the 24 of tomorrow, or more. The head of our pass and took a fight. I can see the principal of the first, and it has already most of the thing for all my drink, my content for all my drink. I didn't have a policy that now come and use one. What is education by whatever I do one, whatever will be but no one what the man is for one of one difficult one. No one town, who happened at a friend's one, or people have to prepare before policy got the back, a police for the other national. So, it's also sending my way and I'm going to employ you, I'm going to employ you. Then I'm so many things on the I don't know about that. And also, I don't see a picking them up. Who call your mouth for talk of peace and joy with people? Mamma for all that. Seven more of that.
All right, Chedase Morris, for joining us all the way from Kumasi. I'm going back to Tofik. Tofik, I mean, beyond election campaigns and political competition, I mean, what practical steps can the two major political parties take to build trust and ensure policy continuation and place Ghana national interest above the party interest?
So I believe that beyond elections, to an extent, at the parliamentary level, at the governance level, at the council of state level, they have a consensus. They have a meeting point where they come to protect the integrity, the security of this country and the well-being of this country. So if any government comes out with a policy, the first thing the policy have to do is to go to the parliament. And I know the NDC has the majority and the MPP have their minority. The minority leadership will not just come on the floor of parliament to debate or either reject or accept. What they do is that they have to go and meet the National Executive Committee of the MPP, meet their Council of Elders, and of course their flag bearer. So at that level, whatever thing they are going to discuss, yes, the political points and the political issues will come on the platform on the floor of parliament, but even at the committee level, they have a consensus because Ghana is all that we have. So whatever political party that is coming, we have to make sure that to an extent, we have to think about the country first. And I think they've been doing it, even though some people would love to do politics more than other people, but we in NDC, we always cooperate at the parliamentary level, at the governance level, at the justice level, and even at the market level, because there are instances, I remember before the elections, when President Mahama was giving a speech at UPAC, but then there was coup around West African countries. There were coup in Niger, there were coup in Burkina Faso, and I think there was an attempted coup in Benin also. When President Mahama was giving the speech, he urged the Ghana Armed Forces to respect the Constitution and protect the President and the Presidency to ensure that election comes on and there's a transition. So at that level, we can do our politics, but there are certain things that at their level as statesmen and leaders of this country, they come together to ensure that things goes on very well. So even when President Akufo-Addo was there and Haruna was the minority leader, there are instances where policies have to come and then the president have to contact Haruna. This is what I want to do. What do you think? Then they will all come together. They will consult President Mahama as a flag bearer. They will come together to ensure that, if nothing at all, the country first. So there's always that consensus where policies have to be discussed, where consultations have to be made to ensure that every government at least give their best to the country and the people.
giving their best to the country and the people. 0537158638 is the numbers. You can send your messages via SMS and WhatsApp. Edu,
Boss.
You think we can go beyond that?
Yes, but I think I side with everything that Tofik said.
Okay.
Because when you go to Parliament, the ones that becomes public show is the ones that politicians always want to take advantage of to get their grassroots excited. But about 90% of the work at Parliament, it is done through consensus. When they go to committee meetings, when they sit down, the leadership, even when business, Parliament is designed in a way that the minority gets an input, even in the business matters, the issues that are brought forth to the plenary for discussion. So we are doing good in those things. I think the showmanship is what needs to stop, and that we have to understand also that aside our base as the partisan base, we have a nation that we have to run, and also we have to stop campaigning on fixations and hearsays and other, because the more we do that, we put a lot of fire in the heart of our supporters. So when we come into governance, then they want to see us act in the same way as we told them. So if I say that, oh, Tofik, so you remember that, Tofik, just recently the attorney, the AG was a question about the 21 or something oral loot. And then what was the AG's answer? The AG said that calculation was done by Okujeto, not him. It shouldn't have been so. Look, just yesterday, the minority had a press conference where they have an issue. When you look into the parliamentary hazard, it is not specifically stated that when the Bank of Ghana governor comes to brief Parliament, and for them to speak, it should be in camera, like it should be the camera, the media should be there. There is nothing like that. I think it's rather it should be in camera or something. But our practice is that we have opened it to the media, so that it is not somebody's interpretation anymore, but that it is what the media heard and what the media is propagating to the people. But just yesterday, and I heard your majority leaders a justification for that, and I shrinked. Like, how can you say that some of the issues will be sensitive, and that when they say it, the people will not have confidence in why the economy is stable? Look, immediately you say those things, you leave room for people to say that, oh, so there are pardons, we are pardoning things so that the economy will look good. That will be the only interpretation. So we should be very careful with that. If at recent times, look, I remember when NPP came to power, and even during the vetting in 2017, during the vetting, Okujeto and his friends raised issues about money for seat or something with Ejaku, that issue, and they requested for a public hearing, and Nanado at that time gave the permission. Just about 3 months into NPP's government, it will make the party unpopular, because the things that will come, the people will be twisted. But Nanado gave the order, and it was done. Even recently, the minority asked for, when Bank of Ghana losses came, they asked that bring the Bank of Ghana, bring the Gold Board director, Sami Jemfi, to Parliament, and let us ask questions about the losses. Majority use their numbers to put it off. So we can do this, but sometimes the desire to satisfy our followers is what is hurting us. Everybody, I've said it here, that I don't think that President Mahama has came to power to just not succeed. No, I think in his rightful sense, he came to power to do something different, more than what Nanado was doing, so that his name will also be mentioned. But at the end of the day, he will put people at places, because he cannot do everything. Yesterday, I was listening to one man on Joy News who was saying that if the NDC is saying, like Tofik said, that they don't have anything to do with what Yoko is doing. If the NDC is really means that, then it means you have to change the person there. Look, do you know that when this Yoko thing started, Raymond Archer was a deputy. And there was a nice man there, Al-Hassan or something, Mr. Al-Hassan or something. He wasn't doing these things. So they went to, I don't know how to term it. They went to backbite the man. Then the man was removed, and then his deputy, Raymond Archer, was made the boss. Because they wanted Yoko to bite, to act. And this is the way they wanted. Please, Tofik, you cannot exonerate your executives. Because they appointed him. If you have a child, if I come to your house, and your child throws stone at me, and you don't say anything to your child, when I go home, I will say that you are the one who advised your child to do that. So please, we can have a consensus. We have been having it. But just that, we sometimes want to dramatize things for our followers. And I'm saying we, because I'm not saying this is the first time this is happening. So I'm saying we sometimes try to do things in order for our base.
You want to appease your base.
Yes, to appease our base, to say that, oh, we are working. At the end of the day, they are the same people who will point fingers at us. And last one, like the caller said, I am also not happy. Because when Anado was doing the free SHS, all of us were enjoying. But with the Kokon Kitten, Tofik and his people are the only ones who are enjoying the Kokon Kitten. So it should cut across so that we can also choose some. Because we are all Ghanaians.
It should cut across so we can all choose some because we all Ghanaians. That brings me to my dashboard to read messages that has come in this morning. If you just tuning in, you're live on MBN TV. This is your most authoritative morning where we inspire you. We take you around the city. We bring you to seat of government. We bring you the information that will help us shape the country. This one is from Kwabenya. It says, good morning, I am Eben from Kwabenya. So does it mean that every time there is a change of government, Ghanaians need to join long queues for SIM card registration? Why? All these disturbances for our leaders, I pray this registration ends with this current administration. And he sends greetings to Julius Deborah, Chief of Staff Peter Akwesi Mensah of Tema Shipyard, and Honorable MC Agbo of Ghana East. He says he doesn't understand that every time there's a change of government, Ghanaians need to join a long queues for SIM card registration. That is his worry this morning.
He's an NDC.
Yes.
Oh, yes. That is what we should do.
Yes.
I applaud him.
Yeah.
That is what he should do.
It's today. Then clap for him.
Oh, I'm saying, if I say applaud, it's the same thing. But we are in a studio.
Yes.
Okay. Eben from Kwabenya, I applaud you this morning for being a Ghanaian, and that is what all of us should do.
Okay, so this one, see somebody.
And he has to take advantage.
He's taking advantage.
Yes.
It's a good morning to all senior comrades.
That's what we should do.
We are all well in our family. I ask Allah to protect and guide you. Sell whatever you sell to you. Okay. I think he's want to do his campaign.
But it's good. It's good. Mention his name.
Nikwe Atram. Oh, okay. Executive member. He want to vote for as executive member Enya Sotium constituency. Nikwe Atram, aka Edi Tabora.
They should vote.
He calls on the show.
Yeah, they should vote for
okay, so Ni is a let's reward our old folks, former Okankwe West coordinator, experience at all the sales of party. So now I know where the thing is coming from. Ni Atram. And he says, whatever we will touch with our hands should be blessed to our families and others. He prayed for us. And this is our campaign message this morning. Okay. When you finish, you come and take invoice, right? Good morning to you. This one says, good morning. Our brothers are stuck in Libya. And they've been maltreated by the police and the citizens now and then. They are really suffering all because of better lives. The government should help them as they did for the SA, please. I'm Abena from Brekum. Abena, what I know is that the foreign ministry are evacuating. We've had conversation with the Libyan authority and evacuating the Ghanaians there to Ghana. So I know very soon they will join, okay? And thank you for sending your message. That's from Abena from Brekum. And this one, Capito Gosumenshia, is that JDM, the NDC has destroyed everything in this country. Cancellation, but still they are claiming the economy is good. With which common plantain can't. Okay, I think it's a common plantain we can buy at half a valley. Go also market. 2028, you go to a position for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to come. So this one is sending you straight direct warning. And this one say, my name is Prince Kamal. In fact, you and your guest, my brother Tofik, is making my day. Very insightful discussion this morning. Keep it up, bro. Right, so this Prince Kamal. Kamal, good morning for also joining us this morning. It's always an honor to have new folks also joining. We are grateful that you're enjoying the conversation with us this morning. 053-715-8638 is the numbers. You can also send your messages. You can give us a call now, and then we will say goodbye to you. But I'm hanging out with Isaac Randolph Edu-Sechi, and not forgetting the man, Mohammed Tofik, a communication team member of the NDC, also here with me this morning. So we're having this conversation. So you can also join so between our friend. Why not travel and then share your thoughts with us on the various topics that we've looked at. Can we build this country beyond our parties? Can Ghana be built beyond the parties? Is it possible to do that? And you share your thoughts with us. Give us a call this morning and let's hear your voice. 13 confirmed dead, several injured in a 3-vehicle clash near Konongo on the Kumasi-Accra Highway. 13 confirmed dead just this morning. And that is really a sad one. I think we have to start looking at the safety on our roads. At least 13 people have been confirmed dead with several others injured following a fatal 3-vehicle collision at Odumasi near the Konongo and the Kumasi-Accra Highway in the Ashanti region. Sad one. They tried to maneuver their way through, and then 3 of the car. Body of Bashiru Issa, Ghanaian killed in South Africa, arrives in Ghana. A sad one. Now, Dr. Indum talks. It will take a kukudro to do business in Ghana. Indum reacts after Supreme Court halts the GN savings revival. Government announces independent autopsy for Bashiru Issa after failure to obtain South African postmortem report. Minority interested in media optics, not answers to questions from BOG governor. Majority. Well, MCR, let's go to the floor of Parliament. Let us to listen to both the minority and the majority on the stage walk out yesterday. So, MCR.
We've tolerated the first deputy speaker for quite some time. Even today, we realize that the question I was asking was a public interest question. This is a government policy that is seeking to start SIM registration afresh. They claim that people use unverifiable identities to get SIM registration cards. And our question is, at what cost? How many people were identified to have used stolen IDs and all of that? Especially so when the minister himself said it will be at no cost to the subscribers. This is a harmless question. It's the interest of the Ghanaian public to know how much it is costing the nation. In any event, the previous registration came at a cost. So we need to know what procurement processes are being followed and all of that. And this is the first deputy speaker who's sitting as a presiding officer and saying that no, it's a new question. Meanwhile, that answer was provided by the minister. And the rules under 89(1) allows you to anchor your supplementary question on an answer given by the minister for the purpose of clarification. So this is just our protest. We protested the posture of the First Deputy Speaker using the rules to frustrate us, and as you observe, even his own side disagreed with him. The majority leader himself realized that what he was doing was wrong. Is the reason why we walked out. However, we're going back into the chamber to deal with other business. We protested his posture on this very matter, and that is it. Thank you very much.
So that is the minority leader with the press after the stage a walk out on what they believe. There's a briefing that they wanted to be done public, why the media shouldn't cover. Is it the precedent? Is it something that happened? Is it something that has never happened before? Is it something that they can ask? Well, so that's the stage walk out. But the majority also came back with their own pressure after the briefing. Let's take a listen to the majority leader, Mama Erica, and his team.
Addressing journalists after convinced
whether or not, anytime that the governor of the central bank appears before the House, whether it has to be a public hearing. That's the basic question. Whether anytime that the central bank governor appears before the House, it must be a public hearing. And we said that the rules were changed so that the House can invite the governor to appear not before the House in plenary, but appear before the House as a committee of the whole. That is what the rules say. Many of you have been covering this House for so many years, and you all know that apart from the ministers, all the other independent constitutional bodies that come, they come and appear before the committee of the whole. And you all cover this House, and you know that when the administrator of Common Fund comes, have we allowed you to ever cover it? I'm asking you journalists, do you cover the Common Fund administrator? Do you cover the NHRA boss? All those, and even most of the time, unless we meet and decide, when the electoral commissioner comes here, you don't cover the electoral commissioner.
All right, so we went to hear from both sides, the majority, the minority side. I'm taking 1 minute. Let me start with you, 1 minute on this. 1 minute from you, then we can wrap it up.
So I was going to respond to the minority.
Okay, so you can do that.
But fortunately for me, the minority leader himself,
the majority
leader himself has come to respond to, so I don't need to go there. But what I want to tell Ghanaians out there, we should support President John Dramani Mahama. President Mahama will not fail. President Mahama will not fail. He's going to deliver. He has stabilized the economy, and there's peace in this country. And even outside Ghana, if you are a Ghanaian today, you are outside there, you have your reputation and your integrity. So Ghanaians should continue on supporting President John Dramani Mahama. President Mahama will deliver in 2028. Whosoever NDC president is going to win. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And let me pick your thoughts before.
I think the parliament issue is much ado about nothing. We have to open ourselves to scrutiny. It will not cost anything. It will rather embolden our democracy. And then also, I don't wish President Mahama bad. Because if I do, whatever happens, it affects me too. Just that we will talk about the things that they promised that you are not able to do. We will talk about them. The fact we talk about them, the 24-hour, 133 shift, you are in your second term. You are not doing it. You didn't promise 24-hour market. As for that one, even market should not even come in. You didn't promise market. We have your manifesto. So if you are doing market, it is something you have decided to add 24-hour to it. You said you will give 3 jobs, the jobs that we are doing now. Instead of 1 person do, you add 2 people so that 3 people do 1 job. That is what you are not doing. So don't shift to market. and say that market.
Everything has a foundation. We are building the foundation.
So market is the foundation for.
So let's finish building
passport office.
Let's finish building the foundation.
Okay, so myself and Tofik, we all want the government to succeed, but he will not say the negative things. I will say it. At the end of the day, we all want Ghana to be a better place. Thank you.
Gentlemen, I want to say a big thank you for joining us on the National Policy Focus, a conversation on how do we build this country together beyond our parties. You heard a voice of a communication team member of the National Democratic Congress, the ruling government, Mohammed Tofik, joining us this morning, and also from the Krowa constituency communication officer of the opposition New Patriotic Party. They will say they are the mighty 87. Isaac Randolph Sechiedu also joined me. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. We hope to meet again on the same channel. We'll be right back after this break, and we go into the phone in where you can also join us with your thoughts. We'll be talking to Asunaba Nana Ureidu, the acting president of the Commercial Drivers Union. We heard some commercial drivers are increasing their prices 10%, even now that the fuel prices have not hit a 10% threshold. We'll try to find answers to questions from him right after the break. All right, so welcome back from that quick break. We've been having conversation with the reps of the major political party, the NDC and PP. They've taken leave of us. It's now you and I to call you to call in to tell us. So we'll try to go to the phone line and talk to the acting president of the Ghana Commercial Drivers Union, in the person of Asunaba Nana Redu, to throw more light about this issue that has come. We hear there's some increase, but they are not going to do the increment with a fare. But some drivers, some recalcitrant, are taking advantage of it, and he wants to drum this down. We'll try to get him on the line, but in between time and now, you can give us a call on 053-715-8638. 053-715-8638 is the numbers. You can also join us here on the Morning Focus. It's time for you to hear your voices. Minority interest in media optics, not answers to questions from BOG Governor Majority says. Ghana releases funds to SHS for perishable food items. Parliament unlikely to declare Asante Achim North MP seat vacant. Majority leader. State institutions can't escape politics whilst their bosses are political appointees. CDD further. Now let's go to the phone line and speak to Asunaba Nana Redu. A very good morning to you, sir.
Morning, Mr. L.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good this morning.
We know fuel prices remain one of the biggest drivers for costs in Ghana's transport sector. And following recent increases at the pumps, many passengers and drivers have been watching closely to see whether transport fare will also go up. However, your outfit have announced that the current fuel price increase do not justify an immediate increase in transport fare. But there's a group that argued that based on the agreed fee adjustment formula with stakeholders, a fair review should only happen when there's a cumulative fuel pricing increase or decrease of 10% or more. Now, can the transport operators continue to absorb the rising operational costs without increasing fare? Hello, Nana.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello, Nana.
Yeah, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound very far from your phone.
Okay, then let me position myself well.
Great, now I can hear you very well.
Well, yes. Well, depending on what you just read to me, I think those who think a new fare price needs to be increased are asking the right question at the wrong time. I must say this because, we have our threshold that we normally use to increase transport fare. Even with that, we need to meet the transport minister for a bargaining before we come out with a new fares. But with the current hikes on fuel, with the release that we just released, it's not justification for a fare increment because the threshold is 10%, but the current hikes on fuel prices are 6%. So you can't use the 6% to increase transport fares. And then also, there's been a major reduction in the previous windows. Do you understand? And as transporters and drivers, I think we've enjoyed that one also. So I think we cannot use these particular hikes to determine the current prices of transport. So that is all that we want to see. And that is why I want to tell the general public that the current increase in fuel, which is on the 16th of July, which is today, first window, does not or cannot be used as a yardstick to increase transport fares.
Now, if I should ask this, should transport fares be reviewed or viewed only based on fuel prices, or should other factors also be considered in the fare adjustment formula?
Well, other factors are also involved. I've been saying this severally, that the criteria which is being used in increasing transport fares is not only fuel. There are some other items that I normally do mention. Spare parts prices, and then also stationery and items. Like I mentioned other time that the DVLA, the AMA stickers and stuffs, all of them fall under the stationery and items. And also inflation. Inflation is also a key point which is being used in calculating or criteria used for increasing transport fares. But the most important one, Mr. Ed, is like chop money. You can never go without it. That is the fuel. The spas and the items that I just mentioned, some even take 3 months, 6 months before at least we do purchase. But with the fuel, every day you have to buy it. So as soon as something touches the fuel, then we need to sit back and then factor all those things to increase our transport fare. So that is the explanation I can give you to, depending on how we do increase our transport fares. But with the current price hikes on fuel, I don't think it is reasonable. I don't think we can use it to try and increase our transport fares. So like I said earlier on, the percentage is 10%. During heydays, we have a memorandum of understanding with the former transport minister, Honorable Jifar Ativo, the late Jifar Ativo, and that is when we came out with a 10% threshold. So anytime that fuel prices is being increased by 10%, we go for negotiation, and then we come out with a fair. Or when fuel prices reduce by 10%, we go for a bargaining to reduce that particular fare respectively. So that is how we normally does it. Commercial transport operators came out this morning with a release that the current fuel prices cannot be used as a justification for prices of transport fares.
I hope your members have accepted this release from your outfit.
Well, these are norms. These are norms. These are things we normally does every day. So I think they do understand it very clear. But for the benefit of the general public and some media houses, we decided to come out with this particular statement. So, Charlie, there's no problem. There's no problem.
There is no problem, but I believe that the roads have now been made more trouble. We're hearing good news from your outfit, but looking ahead, what is the best long-term solutions to Ghana's fuel price and transport fare challenges?
Well, with this particular question, I think this question is supposed to be answered by the Minister of Energy. Yes, Minister. But the little things that I can say about is that recently there was a Centrio refinery, which is coming to help issues. We've also heard that the Ghana Tamaoi refinery are also making things possible to make sure that refinery in Ghana also becomes a very important thing to the state. So at least the amalgamation of these two refineries could also go ahead to help for issues in order to make transport fares stable a little bit. But Mr. L, the historical antecedent about transport fares is that for the past almost getting to 2 years now, we haven't increased transport fares in this administration, but we've even rather decreased it. If you could remember, last year, somewhere around April, we decreased our transport fares by 15%. As of today, there hasn't been an increment in transport fares, and the reason is very clear. The reason is that the government makes sure to subsidize the fuel fares, and also fuel prices was reduced from 17 cedis per liter to somewhere around 12 cedis. And that has kept us not to increase our transport fares. So with the Central and then the oil refinery coming to refine our products for us, I think it is going to go a long way to help us. Our major problem in this country is finished product. The finished product has been disturbing the economy and then Ghanaians. So, but whenever these people come in line, which is the Central Oil and then the Tamaoi refinery, I think it is going to help matters.
Asonaba Nana Radio, thank you so much for speaking to us, throwing more light on your release that was sent to us some few minutes ago. We're grateful.
I'm very grateful.
Right, so I've been talking to the acting president of the Commercial Drivers Union Association of Ghana with a release as to maintenance of their fares, although there have been some 6% increases of the prices of fuel. The fare still stands the same, and you give a justification as to when the fuel prices went down, they were still not increases. They would rather maintain the fare. So if they've also enjoyed some respite, it has to go for the passengers as well. 053-715-8638 is the numbers. I've got a few more minutes. We'll say bye-bye to you, and some few birthday messages. Also, we'll share those messages with you. And after that, we say bye-bye to you. Eti over to me, Afraya and Anope, Owo Bibia, Onia Bashare, na Onia Ashe Anope, na Yenso. Yeah, it's you. I mean, I'm a munina bit you. 053-715-8638. And numbers 053-715-8638 is the numbers. You can also join us. Uzubitumi Afrey and Opay, Mayente Wonka, na Yempimko Yenim. A man jailed for spending ex-girlfriend's 114 loan on betting. Hey, 140,000 loan on betting. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Samuel.
Ani Atram.
You can say.
I remember what we ni.
Ngabo ni manga okolefe ni madaboshi. Ni info unkampe message kabani onachi no ovidi anye. Chake smoke ye.
Ni wa support boni owin no as executive.
Wa papa ke constituency ye nkwewo. This more about match.
Vote for Nin.
Yes, yes.
Tabora.
Yes. Let's discuss issue P about Parliament. No need happen. If you at the end of the day, majority leader ni Yagbe speech now. It wasn't first time. It has been happening, and even questioning during the term of MPP. How many times does your finance minister come to the Parliament? It was Jemmy Wakana Wajen. When you watching the politicians say, ni waya wahye. Noni okay, Mr. Uredu Yehi about increment of the transport fare. Ni Asani Ghanaians fare Wadomabai. I hope Mr. Uredu is not a NDC member. It's anytime Kegbamon Yuan Quali a NDC member. Eke ni amajinche as a transport operators ni the minister attached then the agreement is anytime when there is an increment of 10% alojina
the threshold is
dani abanye ameme transport no ahu etino no bi like e won no page no ni ihani ameme transport no lo eke je na kamushi kefe spare parts kan bi fita ihani ameme transport no ni te here the care work it just spare parts I'm here all 3 months 4 months 5 months she petrol if it much chop money inka bo you na NG bonji bokonweji oni ya chonye la nweji wono dane ahi no jino ko ni ke tenwe fedini ni anmo transport no even this spare parts no US and name just a year or two when abeni no a 3 years that's the end tenure of the MPP regime when abeni spare parts can be even transport ginche if price tenwe she need NDC government bane what testify including those who are in the spare parts business but out amekewa their taxes have been exempted iwe hani bia na ni bi ebashi etino ahu ni ebani a block any be court abuso kan ye ayamani ho amani 1 cedi ayamani ho le 10 cedi ayamani to 20 cedi tibo yoshka any bu small no buy woni ye go ba pa na B5 ba pa o chene kula de vaake amekwe ko ni ke fie agye politics ye mfiu manjino ni wo fe wo buo ye wonkwa MPP wonkwa NDC da na nkwa bunu kwake ehye Samuel ehye nya Kenya nabu alo nya Kenya inge ba ame was civil servants no they are the downfall of this country our civil servant but always you pay MPP NDC at your studio. All the media in this country pay NDC MPP every morning, every afternoon, every evening, forgetting the technocrats who are the technocrats behind the scene killing this country. I made an example yesterday. When you go to the assembly, court will assembly say Obani na coordinating director is more than 30 years over there. A municipal engineer is more than 20 years there. The problem which have been happening at the same for that constituency here, like a problem here, MPP Betty, NDC Betty, like an engineer and the civil engineer and municipal then you come and pair to MPP NDC every morning discussing their political background. I'm what 2-4 years is no more. But I never any ever pay mobile. What my fire can one hand went by Yanine. That's all it's saying. What technocrats no. They are the people who are killing this country. I mean, many Jomane. That's our technocrat. Go by area my vehicle where road Koniji Israel of Lava Road. Last 8 mama last time li bashie after road national quota lameno na shi for 8 years after road there you am bian ke buyan go ade saponya na nya echo road there no ni engineer le no yo gen e ke MC smo 425 le yo gen o wa pa fai mi wie ka no ni minna mi ba wie re no ke calls mo Ghana be no je picture na ma sha for ma bu ko no sha ko kan no TV no ko ni Ghana sa na ka no wa you je no wan we keken wa kwa lo mokutumo logas ne ba DVL and like politicians ni she wa kwa changes ne ka ba DVL o you are no.
Thank you Ni Atram for joining us from Tabora. Maybe I can do one extra call that we can wrap up for today. 0537158638 0537158638 is the numbers. You can also join us this morning. Today happens to be Madame Matilda Tete of the an usher at the Maranatha Power Ministries International. Today is your birthday. We celebrate Madame Matilda Tete. Yeah, today is your birthday. Wishing you a beautiful, we say happy birthday to Matilda Tete. Wishing you a beautiful and a memorable birthday filled with joy, love, and countless blessings. May this new year of your life bring you greater opportunity, good health, happiness, and success in all your endeavors. May God continue to guide your steps, strengthen you, and grant you the desires of your heart. May your life shine brighter with each passing year, and may you continue to be a blessing and inspiration to everyone around you. Enjoy your special day, Matilda. Happy birthday, and God bless you abundantly. And that is for our slogan from here is that we wish you long life, good health, age gracefully with plenty money. Happy birthday to you once again, Madame Matilda Tete. So that's it for my birthday wish for this morning. Hello. I don't have it. Well, so if there's another birthday that you can put it there, because I don't have any birthday with me now. Well, so 0537158638 is the numbers. You can also join us this morning, and then we will look at it and wishing you well. Because so this one is also a birthday wish. Say happy birthday to my best girl. Wishing you a birthday that shines as brightly as you do. May it be filled with laughter, love, and all the good things you deserve. Nothing but the best. I love you so much. Have a good one, girl. From now the day to you. All right. So from now the day to you, wishing you is a best girl. All we wish you is age gracefully, good health, long life, and plenty money. to you. Gazette. Right. So, without much ado, I need to start packing my baggages and then moving out this morning, the Thursday edition of the Morning Focus, running you through some of it. The remains of the Ghanaian killed in South Africa repatriated home. Heavy security deployed as Dagbang observes a third prayer for Yana Abukari II. Cooking oil tops Ghana's informal food import as cross-border trade deficit doubles. Gold Coast Fund customers demand full payment in mid-year budget. Declaring detained MP seat vacant, says dangerous precedent, Ayariga. NIA photocopying Ghana card for transaction now illegal. So those are some of the things you need to take cue of. And now this brings us to the end of today's edition of the Morning Focus on MBN TV. Thank you for spending your morning with us. We trust that today's conversation, insight, and analysis have informed you, challenged your thinking, and encouraged you to be part of the solutions to our nation needs. From our discussions on national development and the economy, social issues, and matters affecting everyday Ghanaian, we believe that informed conversations are the foundation of a meaningful change. A special thanks to my guests, Isaac Randolph Edusechi, Mohamed Tofik, Nanaya Abrampa, talking with Nana Uredu Asonaba, talking to also Philemon Adenuga, all the way from the north, from Yendi, and most importantly to you, our cherished viewers, for your messages, your opinion, and continued support. On behalf of the entire MBN Morning Focus team, I am El Samuels. Have a safe, a productive, and a blessed day. Stay connected to MBN TV, your home for credible news, insightful discussion, and quality programming. God bless Ghana. We look forward to welcoming you for another edition of the News Focus. Stay blessed and say a prayer with every heartbeat.